so I got a bunch of rain last night. I don't know if anyone was awakened at like 3 a.m. You know, Sarasota continues to get nailed. Hey, welcome everybody. MJ and the crew. You had my sleep interrupted about 3 o'clock with just some torrential stuff. Picked up my phone, looked at my radar scope weather app, and I just had big, giant red crap over my house. You know, the reds are like the heaviest. Maybe even like purples, reds. And then you got the oranges and the yellows, then the greens and like the blues. And
well, the blues and the greens I don't worry about, right? That's like the less scary colors.
Yeah, kind of sprinkly, you know. Yeah. But the heavy stuff, I had red blobs. I mean, right over my house, like targeting my roof. And that kind of woke me up at 3 a.m. So I don't know if you guys had the same thing. But amazing how the last couple of days, the weather pattern has put like all the heavy training chunks of moisture like right over Sarasota, you know, as far as the southern part of our area. And of course, you know, much further south, you know, Fort Myers, Naples, and then across over to, you know, Fort Lauderdale, Miami, they've gotten nailed as well. But, you know, the fact that the pattern just kept the bulk of the real heavy rain south of us is kind of amazing. You know, the day before yesterday, you had some of that localized heavy stuff, northern Pinellas, like Palm Harbor. But listen, my lawn is saying, hey, thank you. My trees, my shrubs, my shrubbery saying thanks.
After one day of rain, all of my weeds are back. Because it was brown before, and you can see the little weed sprouts already.
Right.
Like, oh,
You're supposed to pick those.
Nah.
I got notification that Hal Herman's not going to appear. You know, Frog, you're pretty disappointed. I mean, come on, what's going on?
You know, I think it's three things. Will you allow me?
Please.
Three things.
Yeah, I mean, we said Hal Herman and even made a big deal about it because I had a listener complaint.
Yes, you did. Without telling me, of course.
I had a listener complaint that we always do the Hal Herman, you know, funky headlines at like 7:55 or 8 o'clock. And I have this guy chastise me that he's just going into work at that point, and it's unfair that it needs to be done earlier. I've got the email in the pile. I can read it later on again. And I said, okay, you know what? Tomorrow morning, Hal Herman headlines, we'll do them at 7:40, so we'll do the Hal Herman bit earlier.
So instead of informing Hal about this, you just go on the air with it to make this one chump happy. I don't get it, okay?
I mean, we're here to cater to one listener. And
there's another thing. I think we need to add another. You know how it's Triple H, Hal Herman headlines?
No.
I think we need to add another H. Hiatus. Because every time Hal does it, the next day I get blasted about my language. People are telling you I can't. You know, you're setting me up for failure here.
What do you mean I'm setting you up
Number
for failure?
3. Me and Hal are out of here in 4 months. You know, me and Hal's contract is up in 4 months.
That's true.
What can you do? I know the shelving world is just going to fulfill all of your entertainment and your creative outlets.
I'm starting a shelving podcast.
There you go. It's going to be thrilling.
Fixtures.
Yeah.
So tomorrow we'll do it. You know, you want it to be rushed and bad or patiently good?
And here's the
and I happen to like Hal Herman headlines on a Friday.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, who wants to listen to Hal Herman headlines and have to come back for another day of work?
Mm-hmm.
Friday's Hal Day.
What the hell are you guys talking about? Who cares what day of the week we do it?
What the hell are you talking about?
Who cares what time this listener gets to work? And I get to work at 7:15.
I just brought up his email. Mike Benton.
Yeah.
Read his email yesterday. Mike Benton said,
"Get bent, Mike.
Isn't
that like an old
get bent? Yeah, that's an old expression. I don't know what that actually means.
Oh, I know what it means. I'll tell you what it means.
I don't know if it's a scuba diving reference that you get bent.
Not everything is a scuba diving reference.
If you get the bends, it's getting bent.
It has nothing to do with scuba diving.
Yeah, get bent over.
Yeah,
is that what you mean?
Well, decompression sickness, get bent. All right, so what does it mean there, smart guy?
Get bent. Yeah, well, you bring your kid to work. You can't talk.
Okay. All right, hold on. It means get bent over and
No, it
that
doesn't.
does
Get
no,
bent.
that does
It's
not.
essentially a code word for go bleep yourself.
That does not mean bend
get
over.
bent.
No, it doesn't.
Get bent.
All right, Roxanne,
Go
can you
bleep yourself.
I just did.
Can you Google what does get bent mean and what's
Well,
the origin?
What it says here? Get bent. This is the idiom's dictionary. Exclamation of dismissal, an exclamation of anger, annoyance, or exasperation towards someone
Yes.
in response to what they are saying. So you're bent out of shape.
Yeah, it doesn't mean bend over and take it up.
In my world, it
I'm
does.
about to say, I'd like to see the second definition of
It
it.
doesn't mean that. You're making it up. It doesn't mean that.
No, I'm pretty sure.
Roxanne, look up what is the origin of get bent.
The origin. Oh, I just found an Urban Dictionary of it.
That'll
Yeah,
work.
Look, I
Of
see it right here.
course.
It means get bent means bend over and take it, just like Buster said.
Yeah,
what
guess
do you mean
what? You can find some kind of filthy, dirty Urban Dictionary
Yeah, you can.
definition of like a broccoli floret.
True.
Oh, don't
true.
look that up.
Yeah, you're right.
Look a broccoli floret in the Urban Dictionary.
Yeah.
See what it
No,
says.
that's a sex move.
It's not entirely clear. One theory suggests it comes from the practice of bending metal pipes to fit specific shapes.
Yeah. So I don't know
To
where the
frustration.
heck. Fester, I don't know where you're getting that. Get bent means bend over. Come on.
Even
Whatever,
though-
Mike Benton. Get bent.
Yeah, Mike
whatever
Benton.
it means.
Anyway, leave Mike Benton alone.
Leave me alone, Michael.
What are you going to tell us that Mike Benton's not in his car on Fridays because he works from home? He works remotely, and we can't do Hal Herman headlines
I
on
didn't
Fridays.
say anything.
What do you
to
want
that
Hal Herman to
effect.
show up to Mike Benton's house and do a personalized show?
Mike Benton.
Mike Benton alone.
Mike Benton's regretting.
Mike Benton. Leave. Mike Benton.
Almost.
Hang on, I got to get it right. Mike Benton.
That was good.
There we
That was
go.
good.
Mike Benton is so sorry he sent this email.
Mike. Leave. Leave Benton alone. All right. Anyway, so
Mike-
here's the email from Mike Benton. MJ, why would you so viciously taunt us with a Hal Herman visit at 7:55 when the majority of your listeners are pulling up to work to be on time at 8 a.m.? Mind you, most employees cannot listen after 8 a.m. That's just mean. I demand an earlier visit by Hal Herman so we, the weary traveling workers, can get the actual truthful news. Good day, sir.
He's a fantastic writer.
Mike B. And that good day, sir, isn't that like Willy Wonka?
Good day, sir. Yes, that is a Willy Wonka quote.
When Willy Wonka was like flipping out at the end with Charlie and his grandpa.
Written right here, black and white, crystal clear.
Good day, sir.
You lose.
Doesn't he?
You lose, Charlie.
So we promoted this, Hal Herman, and then I got a text from Froggy at, was it like 4 a.m.?
No, I got to bed about 1:30.
I got some late night text from you that I saw this morning. It's like, hey, here's Froggy's text this morning.
Well, you texted me 2 a.m. back. It woke me up.
Yeah, Froggy. First of all, I think you were setting me up because at 10 o'clock last night, you wrote Hal Herman died today. OD, we're mourning. I should have known you were. I should have known you were setting this thing up for failure today.
I was working when you sent
here
that.
we go. 2:12 a.m. Froggy.
Wow.
Just getting to sleep. Couldn't do Hal Herman headlines today. Too busy. Maybe Friday. That's great.
Hal was very busy.
Yeah, I'm sure Hal was very busy. Anyway, regardless, I don't need freaking Hal Herman to do a good show.
Irregardless.
So irregardless is not a word. Look that one up also.
Oh, really?
All right, 6:09. It is the MJ Morning Show. Back in a moment. Stand by.
Still some great news. A very
MJ and the gang here, Fester and Roxanne and Froggy. Oh, look. Oh, this is so sweet. Fester brought in his sweet daughter, Hadley, this morning. Did I ever tell you, Fester, that I had a friend in New York back in the early 90s that had a little dog named Hadley? Yeah. Hold on. Why do you keep turning your damn mic off?
I'm not.
I turned your mic on
I'm not.
2 times, and your mic went
I
off.
saw it go off by itself
My
twice.
mic position, MJ, is literally my mic button is literally 2 feet away from where I sit.
That doesn't make sense. Then.
Yeah,
I don't
so
know why
I
the hell
didn't
the
touch
thing
it. I
didn't
touch
go.
it. So you knew somebody with a dog named Hadley.
Yep. I had a friend in New York in the early 90s who had a Maltese. It was a little white, furry, rodent-looking thing, and it was a Maltese.
That's a good dog.
Yeah, and the dog's name was Hadley. So, hey, Hadley, great to have you. Hey, move the mic over. Great to have you in again, Hadley.
Hello, Mr. MJ.
It is always a pleasure to have you in.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.
And how'd you do in school? You just finished up, what, 5th grade?
6th grade.
Just finished up 6th grade. And do you have any grades yet? Do you know how you did?
All I know is that I passed by the edge of. I barely passed, honestly.
You passed by the skin of your teeth.
Yeah.
Yes, that's the expression I was looking for.
Or by the hair of your chinny chin.
Yes.
Is that Big Bad Wolf?
Yeah.
Is that Little
Yes.
Red Riding Hood, right?
It's Big Bad Wolf.
Yeah, and Little Red Riding Hood and the hair of your chinny chin. Well, I'm glad you're a slacker just like Dad, just barely getting by.
Yeah.
Look what the future could hold in store for you.
Yeah, look to your left. That's your future right here. All right. Good to have you in, Hadley.
All right. Listen, we had to take Hadley in today because, Mom has a medical procedure today.
Ooh.
What, like an amputation?
Shh, I wish. That checks off another fantasy.
Oh,
No, the medical
That's
procedure.
sick.
What? You guys haven't thought about that?
You have a fetish amputation.
Not a fetish, just
That's-
curiosity.
That's great.
No, Mom has the camera scope.
You mean
They're
a
sticking a camera up her
colonoscopy.
butt.
Yeah.
What?
Oh,
Hold on. What do you say?
Hadley.
What are you saying?
A colonoscopy. They're sticking a camera up her butt.
Okay.
Hadley knows this because Mommy graphically described the procedure
That's-
as she was miserable all day yesterday.
Wait till you see the pictures when it's all done.
Did
wait.
she do the Gatorade and Miralax, or did they give her the Clenpeak, the little 2 doses?
Clentique.
Clentique?
Yes.
Yeah, whatever it is.
Yes.
Yeah, that's much easier than trying to drink a gallon worth of freaking Gatorade with a whole bottle of Miralax. Anyway, all right, 6:23 at the MJ Morning Show. Later on, data breach.
Look.
Yes,
My mic
what?
is out again.
Hold on.
Oh, no.
What is going on
I
here?
don't know.
Oh,
What?
no.
It has an unfunny filter.
Oh, great. Unbelievable.
What? And yours
And it's-
doesn't?
back
All right,
on.
now it's back on.
Yeah, now it's all right. This studio, I don't know if it's going to make it to the new studio.
It's hanging on by the chinny chin.
Yeah, it really is. It's like it's a pretty carriage, and now it's turning into a pumpkin as we're cruising along towards our date of new studio.
Have you ever seen that?
What?
The Cinderella reference. It's
It
a
was
Cinderella.
never a carriage.
Yeah, this was never
guess
a
it was
pretty
never a
carriage.
carriage.
What are you talking about? It's not a carriage.
Okay,
This is
it's a very
this
Humpty
is a
Dumpty carriage turning into a
This is a
pumpkin.
bleep hole.
It's like a landslide when the first couple of rocks start falling, and I think that's where we are.
From the day I got here, when I first saw these studios in September of 2020, and we started on October 5th of 2020. When I first got brought into these studios, I said, "Oh my God, what a dump." Well, oh my, this studio's. Oh, it's MJ. We'll have new studios for you within 6 months. That was the promise in October of 2020, and here we are. Hey, some of the equipment has been delivered, but I'll believe the new studio. They can the equipment they purchased so far. They can sell it or put it on eBay, and that could happen. Who knows? But I'll believe the new studio when I finally see it. And they need to get going because these studios are failing. And we've already had a couple of rooms just die, irretrievably broken. So just a little heads up, little warning that if we're not here one morning, well, they fired us or the damn place just melted down because this place is an absolute technological disaster. All right. Later on, we got a data breach. I got a letter yesterday.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, big company. Thank you, Frontier. Yeah, so I got a letter from Frontier yesterday that my data was breached. Name, address, social security number. That's fantastic. And I'll get into that a little bit later on. It's a lot of people. So a lot of folks were breached. And then a couple of things just kind of ticked me off on this, so I'll deal with it. Hey, Froggy, you're slipping, man.
What happened?
And it's nothing to do with the Hal Herman deal. You're slipping.
I don't want to
You would have
slip.
brought this to me. There was a time when you would have brought this in, or you would have commandeered a segment. You would have hijacked the show, and you would have been like, MJC, I told you.
Oh, the alien thing?
Yeah, which alien thing am I talking about now?
Why do I'm not even going to bring them up anymore because you don't believe them. You're not a believer.
You think I belittle you?
You're a hater. You're a belittler.
He's a belittler.
He's the belittlest little of all.
Yes, he's a little belittler.
Yeah. Well, let me guess.
Roxanne, you're so much taller than me.
Another
Look at
sighting.
the photos from Cake Girl. I
Yes.
tower over you.
Well, you also had heels on.
No, I was wearing my flats.
Roxanne showed you up.
You were not wearing your flats. I'm almost as tall as you, and you have heels on.
Roxanne
All right.
told me she took more pictures with people than you did.
Yeah, the line for Roxanne's pictures
Was
was
longer.
longer.
Yeah, I had a couple people say, yeah, Roxanne just couldn't stand it. She had to go show you up. All right,
She had to.
all right, so
My kids like cake. Give me a break.
here's the deal.
Yes.
Froggy, Harvard scientists say there may be an unknown technologically advanced civilization hiding on Earth.
Yes, I read that.
You did. You're like trying to anticipate my words and say them with me.
It's true. It's happening. They're coming. They're here. They're around.
In a new paper that's bound to raise some eyebrows, according to Futurism, in the scientific community, a team of researchers from Harvard and Montana Technological University. I've heard of Harvard. I've never heard of freaking Montana Technological University.
Oh, MTU?
Yeah, it's like
Is that like Phoenix University?
Oh, MTU is like the MIT of the West.
yes, exactly.
Get out of here.
Yes.
The sister college
Montana
campus.
Tech.
MTU. Anyway, they're speculating that sightings of unidentified anomalous phenomena, the UAPs, may reflect activities of intelligent beings concealed in stealth here on Earth and or near environs like the moon, or even walking among us, Froggy, passing as humans. That is a direct quote from the paper.
I believe it.
I know you do.
Did you see the video of the lizard man?
There's no video of a lizard man. Needless to say, the researchers admit that this idea of hidden cryptoterrestrials is a highly exotic hypothesis that's likely to be regarded skeptically by most scientists. Nonetheless, they argue the theory deserves genuine consideration in a spirit of humility and openness. The interest in unexplained sightings of UFOs by military personnel has grown considerably over the past decade. Anyway, just goes into numerous theories that UFO sightings of craft and other phenomena appearing to enter or exit potential underground access points like volcanoes, they write, could be evidence that these cryptoterrestrials may not be drawn to these spots, but actually reside in underground or underwater bases.
Yeah, I've seen the video of a UFO coming out of a volcano before. There's a video online of it. And look, you're starting to believe yourself, I think. Starting to make the mainstream news. You know, the last couple of years, this stuff is really starting to hit.
The paper quotes former House Representative Mike Gallagher, who suggested last year that one explanation for the UFO sightings might be an ancient civilization that's just been hiding here for all this time and suddenly showing itself right now. Yeah. The researchers didn't stop there, even suggesting that these cryptoterrestrials may take on different non-human primate or even reptile forms.
What did I just say about the lizard man?
He just said lizard man.
Jesus
just
Christmas,
said
I get the chills.
He just said lizard man.
The lizard man.
Dude, I'm telling you, it's happening. It's all coming together.
Wow.
Aliens, Hadley. Aliens are coming.
They're coming to get all of us.
Could you imagine?
Guess what? One might be discovered up mommy's butt during her colonoscopy later today.
What if it's just a random scientist sleep paralysis? What if it's
What is
just
this
that?
nonsense she's spouting? Zip it, kid. What do you know?
All right.
Sleep paralysis.
I don't even know what sleep paralysis is.
What the hell?
It's interesting food for thought. And that's not a new theory that aliens are walking among us and they've just disguised themselves.
Listen to him. You're starting to believe, dude.
You're
starting to believe.
MJ, you're just moving over a little bit.
Let me guess. You listened to George Norial last night.
I am not moving over at all. I'm just.
If you don't, I don't necessarily believe in aliens, but if I did, I definitely think that we are all in a simulation and the aliens are just watching us and having fun.
Oh, I saw a whole interview about we're in a simulation the other day.
It's like that. That's very believable to me.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I saw that Elon Musk said something this week about us being in a simulation.
Yeah,
again.
I forwarded that to you.
We live in the civilizations.
Yeah. All right. How about we lighten things up dramatically with some great morons in the news?
Yeah, the morons in the news are usually proof of our simulation because the names are so wacky that it doesn't even seem real.
Well, more like the stories and the scenarios are out of control.
Yeah. Further proof.
6:32 at the MJ Morning Show. Morons in the news. Next, here on the MJ Morning Show on Q105. Lot of Almost 6:40 at the MJ Morning Show here on a Thursday morning. Welcome, everybody. Thank you for listening. Hello to the early crowd. And you are now rewarded with morons in the news here on the MJ Morning Show. I don't know what it is with crossing guards lately. Remember we had a story last week about, I think it was a crossing guard in Georgia who was giving the kids, like 5th and 6th graders, edibles and vapes?
Yeah.
Do you remember
that was a really young
she's 26,
crossing
right?
guard. Yeah.
And then, right, because I commented that what's miraculous about the story is not that the crossing guard is giving young kids marijuana edibles and vape pens, but the fact that the crossing guard is under the age of 75. That's what I found to be the most miraculous part of the story. Well, now, and then her mugshot was cray. Did you see that?
It was pretty crazy.
Yeah, I don't think we posted it, but her mugshot was just whacked. Imagine what a 26-year-old female crossing guard giving kids edibles and vape pens might look like.
She's probably a lovely young lady,
And
right?
you're not even close. It's far worse. All right, now
Now there's more.
there's more. Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I don't know what it is with crossing guard stories. Here is another. Listen to the headline here. Crossing guard arrested twice on same day, accused of attacking woman, then TV reporters. A Massachusetts school crossing guard was taken into custody after 2 separate physical altercations on the same day last week. The 68-year-old man was arrested following, see, I told you, the 68-year-old man was arrested following a disturbance at around 7:30 a.m. last Monday at Taunton High School involving him and occupants of a motor vehicle, according to the police chief, Ed Walsh, in a written statement. The 35-year-old woman was allegedly assaulted by Chavez, the crossing guard. What's his name? 68-year-old guy. His name is, last name is Chavez. And the 35-year-old woman was assaulted by this guy after she sneezed and stopped her vehicle in the middle of an intersection on the school grounds of the campuses of the high school and then the middle school. Again, this is up in Massachusetts, right? So he gets ticked off that she stopped her car because she had a sneeze. And The police report states that when they arrived at the scene, they found the woman sitting in her van, visibly shaking and hysterically crying.
Oh, no.
Yeah, according to the school resource officer, she was yelling, "He bleeping beat me with the stop sign stick."
Oh.
So he took the stop sign, the little hand
Yeah, sure.
It's the hand stick with the stop sign. He takes the sign, goes inside her car, and starts smashing her over the head with the stop sign.
I mean, is having to sneeze a good enough reason to stop in a crossing zone?
My God, the woman reportedly stated that she had stopped her van after sneezing because she needed a tissue to blow her nose real quick.
Okay.
At that point, the crossing guard allegedly walked up to the front passenger side window, yelled at her to keep driving. The woman allegedly yelled back that he was out of line for yelling at her in front of her kids. The crossing guard allegedly tried to strike the woman with his stop sign stick by sticking it through her open window, while also allegedly using expletives and telling her she needed to get the F out of here.
I mean,
She needs a TV show.
am I alone?
No, you mean he. He.
This guy sounds like a very efficient and stern crossing guard.
God, it's Maniac Crossing. Oh, the show could be called Maniac Crossing Guard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's hard to drive when you sneeze. You can crash.
I sneeze all the time when I drive. I don't care.
I have to put mine in like manual or auto drive when I sneeze.
So the crossing guard didn't hit the woman, actually hit the woman's daughter in the arm.
Ow.
Collateral damage.
The girl later reportedly told the school resource officer she wasn't injured and managed to grab the sign and push it out of the window. The altercation quickly accelerated when the woman said that she exited her vehicle to confront the crossing guard,
No.
who she says then attacked her with the stop sign stick.
Don't get out and confront him. He has a weapon.
Then starts bashing her over the head with the stop sign stick. The woman told the school resource officer she ended up on the ground in the middle of the intersection and that the crossing guard dragged her and repeatedly kicked her after she landed on the pavement. This is like a ass beating by the 68-year-old crossing guard with a stop sign stick.
Those guys are grumpy.
You don't want to stop in the crossing zone.
No.
No matter what.
The school resource officer in his report said the woman, who was taken by ambulance to a local hospital for examination, had multiple abrasions and lacerations on her arms. Police said that she then called her boyfriend, who arrived on the scene to drive the children home in the van.
Imagine, was it like a real stop sign or like a mini one? You could use that as an axe.
Yeah.
You've seen the stop sign sticks that the crossing guards have?
It's a stop.
Yeah.
It's like a pickleball paddle, except it's a stop sign.
Oh, so you
Hold
can
on,
do a little-
hold on. Why do you have to explain a crossing guard stop sign stick to Froggy?
Because he
It's
doesn't know
not
what.
When I was a crossing guard, it was a long stick and there was a stop sign on the end of it.
You were a safety patrol. You weren't a crossing guard.
But I worked with the crossing guard, and he was a jerk. Grumpy old man. All of them, I think.
It's like a requirement for the job.
I think so. He used to curse at me.
How did you do as a crossing guard?
Terrible.
How does he do as an adult? That's about
Do
the
pretty
same.
damn good.
Yeah. All right, now, the crossing guard was arraigned in district court last week on 3 counts of assault and battery with a dangerous weapon. I guess they're saying that the stop sign stick's a dangerous weapon. Taunton Public Schools is aware of the physical altercation, but then the crossing guard attacked the TV crew. So they also said that the crossing guard has been...
What's the matter with this guy?
The crossing guard has been terminated, effective immediately, is no longer a school district crossing guard employee. The crossing guard was then arrested a second time after local news footage showed him slapping and kicking and throwing a stick at a TV news crew outside of the courthouse while he was arraigned. So he's coming out of the courthouse or going in, and local Boston news is there. And the guy that attacks the news crews that are covering him. Police then arrested the crossing guard at his home later that night after they watched various news station videos at police headquarters showing him lunging at Boston 25 news cameraman. According to CBS Boston, he was charged with assault and battery as well as 2 counts of assault and battery with a dangerous weapon. Judge ordered him to complete a mental health evaluation.
This is a bad day for this
Yeah,
guy.
it really is.
I mean, I felt bad for the lady who sneezed, but I felt bad for the crossing guard.
That's crazy. Arrested twice in one day. Crossing guards gone wild.
Man, he's a menace.
The guy's a maniac is what he is. Whoa. Just out of control. All right. I think Chloe's been there, but there's a kind of well, Roxanne, you're going to know this place. In New York, that kind of nightclub restaurant, it's kind of the hipster crowd. I don't know if they're still hot with the model crowd, but
Gansevoort Hotel, the rooftop.
nope. Tao.
Tao. Oh yeah, I've been there.
I'm sure you have.
I mean, they have sushi, so I love sushi. That's why I went.
I, on the other hand, have never been to Tao.
Okay.
There's a restaurant called Towel.
Tao. T-A-O. Tao.
T-A-O.
Oh, God, how dumb.
A former hostess got fired.
Oh boy.
She goes back to this New York City hotspot, Tao, T-A-O, Tao, and dumps a bag of poop into the pond.
Oh my gosh. That's disgusting.
For her.
They've got a koi pond.
Uh-huh.
Koi don't mind, right? They're filthy fish.
The bottom feeders.
They're carp.
Yeah.
Carp is like a bottom feeder, yeah.
They don't mind.
Carp's like, oh, great, we love poop flavor. Yeah.
Former hostess, upscale Tao, got so mad when she was fired, she went back and dumped a bag of poop inside their indoor koi pond.
Okay, I hope it was like dog poop, right?
What do you think? What does she think that's going to do, though?
Feed the fish?
The report does not say
What?
where the poop originated.
That's just poor reporting, right?
Yeah,
there.
it really is.
Fish love
Makes
that.
a difference.
Yeah. Ariel Roman is the woman's name, and she disguised herself. She put on a wig and black.
I kind of want to be friends with her.
She put on a wig and glasses and went into the Asian fusion restaurant in Chelsea. Man, I used to walk. They've got like the dark wood doors and everything. I used to walk by this place. It's like a 10th Avenue and like 17th Street or so, right around there.
And isn't there a huge Buddha in there, as I recall?
I've never been inside
Okay.
Tao. I'll call Chloe and ask her if there's a big Buddha in there. So she was fired, and she goes back in a disguise with sunglasses and a wig and dumps a bag of crap. Anyway, they said she caused over $3,000 in damage.
To who? The fish?
What?
They're fine.
Well, dude, you gotta that's an environmental hazard. You got to get like an environmental cleanup.
No, you don't.
Hey, you've got guys in Tyvek suits cleaning out the poop.
The fish will eat it in an hour.
Yeah, I was in a bass tournament and I had to go, so I went off the boat, and it was like chum.
Yeah.
Fish were everywhere.
Oh, that is disgusting.
Hey, listen,
Ooh,
you gotta
yeah,
go. You
that's
gotta
sick.
go.
Look, MJ, there it is. There's the big Buddha.
Okay.
It is in there.
You're right.
Hey, we take your
There's a
word for
Buddha.
it.
Thank
Well,
you.
he was going to call Chloe, so I had to do some research
I
right
was
here.
not going to call Chloe about the
Yeah.
Buddha.
And call Chloe and see if there was like a
Just
turd
confirm.
burglar just dropping stuff in the fish tank.
Ew.
Yeah, that's what I want to know.
All right, 6:51 at the MJ Morning Show here on Q105. Wow.
Oh boy.
Yeah,
I love when girls do like disgusting revenge plots.
yeah, that's why we call it early morons in the news, folks, here on the MJ Morning Show. Hey, got some great news from my buddy Roger over at Audi Tampa. The new number. is the morning show for your rotisserie chicken updates. That is correct. A rotisserie chicken update is coming up in minutes here on the MJ Morning Show. I am solo in the studio. There is no one here. I'm the only one. I have 3 other people on the show, and nobody's here. No Roxanne, no Fester, no Froggy. I don't know where the hell everyone has gone. I've got some bad news. I have the list of classic baby names that are essentially going extinct in the United States. You know, we've talked about some of the old.
Yeah.
No. We haven't done the extinct. We've talked about baby names. Yes.
Yeah, there's always a lot of name chatter.
Yeah, I now have a new list of names that are going extinct. There are some new ones on here that we haven't talked about. So in the past, it's just come up periodically about just old-sounding names, you know, popular in like 1909 and, 1922. And a lot of these names have just become extinct. But some of them are really, moldy. And I'm talking about, total crotch cricket stuff here. All right. However, there are some of the older names that are making a comeback. So there are some of these old-fashioned names that they actually do have a hipness, but there are some of the old names that oh my God, they're just crusty and moldy and oldie, and I don't think any way to rehab and revitalize some of those names. All right, you ready for the list?
Yes.
Please.
23 old baby names that are essentially facing total extinction in the United States. And the list is as follows. You want me to go from 1 to 23? You want me to go from counting down from 23 to 1?
If the list could be longer, if you could start at 50 and work backwards, that would be great.
Your old day.
Coming in at 50.
Right.
Start at 23, go back.
All right, so I have...
Start at 1, go to 23.
I have there are two columns. So there's the male column and then there's the female column. All right, starting at number 23, so it's male and female for each number. Woody.
Oh,
yeah.
I like Woody.
Which Woody is short for...
Woodward.
No, it's not.
That's what I was going to guess, too.
It's not. Come on, guys.
Isn't it a Woodrow?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Woodrow. Like Woodrow Wilson.
The only Woodrow I could think of.
Exactly.
So I think that makes sense. That
I've never known a Woody.
Well, or Woodrow Woodpecker. That's his his birth certificate name. Woody Woodpecker, but on his birth certificate it says Woodrow Woodpecker. All right, so number 23, Woody for the male, Val. Val
for the male or female?
No, for the female.
So you're flip-flopping.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Woody for the male, and then Val for the female, which I would imagine is short for
Valerie.
Yeah, Valerie.
Valerie,
Yeah.
Valerie Bertinelli.
The same boy I used to be. Number 22, Wally, which of course comes from Wallace. I mean, how many babies are born? How many kids that were just dropped at I don't know, St. Joe's? How many boys came out and you're Wallace?
So far, you've just named Disney characters.
Little brothers.
Woody and Wally.
Wasn't Wally on Leave It to Beaver?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh my gosh, that show is so great.
Then Terry for women, Vincent for men.
I think Vincent can be like a timeless name.
I don't know. So 21, the male is Vinny or Vincent, gone. Sue or Susan is kind of on the way out.
I see that.
Number 20 for men, Victor, and then Sherry. Then Vern.
Boy, men do not like the V names.
No.
Vinny,
Everyone they
Victor,
Vern.
Vern.
There's just something on. Can you imagine you got a 7-pound, 10-ounce kid that gets squeezed out? Your name is Vern. I mean, come on. Even in 1951, who thought that Vern, for that little crying baby, was a great Vern? You're Vern.
I'd like to name if I had a son, Werner for the ginger ale.
Yeah, Shelley. Then I like Verner's, by the way.
Me too.
Yeah, Verner's is a good drink. It's a sharper. It's not really a classic ginger ale. It's like more of a woody.
Is it? Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, it's not as sweet. Yeah.
It's a Woody, another name that's on the cancel list.
It's a woody ginger ale.
More gingery, it's not Woody.
All right. So then Timmy.
Yeah, I see that going away.
Yeah, Timmy, Rhonda. Yeah, how many girls are born these days where, ooh, we've got a great name for you. You're Rhonda. I mean, it's just
Help me, Rhonda.
It's just an older sounding name. So again, if you're just tuning in, this is the list of boy and girl names that are pretty much extinct at this point. Tad, not Todd, but Tad.
I knew Tad.
Is it spelled Tad, T-A-D, or Tad, T-H-A-D?
T-A-D.
T-A-D for Thaddeus or Thaddeus. Then you've got Phyllis, I would like to know the last. When was the last girl born in the United States whose name is Phyllis?
Yeah, who's the youngest Phyllis in the U.S.?
Baby Phyllis, time to eat.
Hi, my name is Phyllis. You got to smoke by any chance?
Yeah, Phyllis has to be a smoker.
Yeah, absolutely. Then Stanley. Then Peggy.
I like Stan.
Isn't Peggy short for like Margaret or something?
Yeah, which doesn't
Peggy
make sense.
come from Sal and Patsy, Rob and Nikki. Why Rob?
Yeah, why Nikki? Both of those names are a head scratcher. What place did they come in?
Those are 14.
Rob and Nikki. Yeah, no.
I think those names, Robert, I don't think there's anything.
No.
Yeah, there's still Roberts being born. And then Nikki for Nicole, right?
Of course.
Then you've got Mitch and Mitzi.
Okay, yeah, I could see them both being on the out.
It'll be Mitchell and Mitzi. Again, when was the last time a girl in the United States was named Mitzi?
I mean,
Isn't that your grandmother's name?
Here it is. Oh, she's out. Oh, it's a girl. Oh, you're Mitzi. Okay, who was the like lounge act singer back when I was like 0? Mitzi Gaynor is what Andrew just yelled in my ear. That's who I was thinking of. Then Mel. How many Mel or Melvins are being born today?
yeah, Mel's a good name, man.
Then there's Missy, Lorne, Lorne, then Meg, then Hal and Kerry.
Hal?
Yeah, I don't see Hal, but Kerry I think is still kind of a cool sounding name. Kerry, Kerri. Number 8 is Dom.
Okay.
I love the name Dom.
Number 8 on the list, Dom.
Oh, I forgot that's your name.
The list of extinct names, Dom, and then Kaye for women. Number 7 is Kurt, and then Jody, and then number 6 is Chuck, which is of course Charles. But
Just imagine if that name goes away and we won't be able to do the fun little rhyme. Chuck,
No,
Chuck.
you can do it forever.
Chuck, Bobuck, Banana Fanafo.
Yeah.
It's timeless, right?
Yeah. And then Jeannie. Number 5 is Carrie and Gail. Not many Gails. Not many girls are being named Gail these days,
No.
right? Then number 4 is well, this is interesting because they have Bob. But
Bob is a derivation of Robert.
Yeah, but Bob and Rob.
Yeah.
But people, did they ever name kids Bob and Rob? Or were they named Robert and then later in life they got the shortened nicknames for Robert, Bob, and Rob?
Yeah, I think that's what
Right.
happened.
Deirdre.
Didn't even, I don't know any Deirdres.
Number 4, I've known some, I know I've heard the name, of course.
Yeah.
And I know I've come across Deirdres in the past, but I think Deirdre is still kind of a cool name. Number 3 is Bert.
Solid name.
Bert.
No issues with Bert.
Say, why did you name your kid Bert?
Isn't that Bertrand?
Burton?
Bertrand.
Bertrand?
Or Bert.
It's horrible.
And then for women at number 3, for girls, Christy. I think Christy is still a
I
cool
think
sounding
so.
name.
Yeah.
Number 2, for boys, Bernie. Yeah, not many Bernies are being squeezed out these days.
No.
Or Bernard.
Yeah.
And then Kathy. Yeah, Kathy that's an older name. I don't think there are many Kathys.
No, and I guess that would come from Catherine or even Kathleen.
But Catherine, I still think sounds good. I still like the name Catherine.
I think that's where I don't know that they're just plain Kathys. I think they all come from Catherines or Kathleens.
And are you ready for number 1?
Mm-hmm.
Number 1, extinct names in the United States.
Todd.
Albert. Albert for boys, and then Bessie.
I know a Bessie.
Bessie the cow.
How old is Bessie?
She's probably like 40.
A 40-year-old Bessie.
That's actually on the young side. I would have guessed more like 65 plus.
She may be the youngest Bessie in the country.
So there you have it. You have the list of extinct names, and then the hipster names that are being used these days. This is the latest list. We've talked about these in the past, but for girls right now, the hottest names so far in 2024. This is the compilation for the first 6 months of this year. These are the hottest names for girls in the United States. 10 through 1. Ellie, Luna, Mia, Isabella, Ava, Sophia, Charlotte, Amelia, Emma and Olivia.
Oh my God.
And some of those names are older names, but
Right.
again, some still hold up and some sound like,
Isn't that funny?
you get an addict's worth of mold in there. You know
yeah,
what I'm saying?
what makes the difference? Like,
Yeah.
well, how does a Bessie not make it, but a Charlotte does?
Some of the names are just cobweb ridden, and some of them are old, but they still hold up.
They can be refurbished, refreshed.
Yeah, why is that?
With the exception of Charlotte, were all the names ending in an
Yeah, and Ernie.
Olivia.
Yeah.
Well, Ellie, Luna, Mia, Isabella, Ava, Sophia,
Yeah.
My God, all of
Charlotte,
them.
Amelia, Emma, Olivia. That's a good observation. Lots of us.
Master, good job.
You know what? I wonder if that's like how Chloe adds an to everything. Like,
Noah.
I'm not dad, dad. Or when she says no becomes no. It's a good observation. Fester.
Wow.
That was
That
good.
was impressive.
And then for the boys, the top baby names so far in 2024 are Asher, coming in at number 10.
Asher.
Yep, Asher's a big name these days. I know a couple of Ashers. Number 9, Leo. I didn't know Leo was a big name. Ezra, Levi, Lucas, Elijah, Mateo. You're telling me Mateo is the 4th most popular boy's name so far in 2024? Really?
I mean, maybe.
Number 3 is Oliver. Number 2 is Liam. And number 1 is Noah.
Dude, I broke into a Disney hotel pool one time,
Yeah.
and there was this family, must have been from New Jersey or New York, and this wife had the thickest accent, right?
Yep.
And the kid's name was Noah. And the kid was misbehaving. So she's like, Noah.
No.
Noah.
No.
And I'm like, shut up, lady. Oh my God. When does your flight leave?
I could just see you wanted to hold her underwater, didn't
Oh,
you?
you're the worst.
You're the one stealing their services.
I'm just making an observation. Noah.
Fester
Go
steals
complain.
exactly.
Noah.
Fester steals their services, pretends he's a guest, brings the whole family to the
And
pool,
he's complaining.
and then he's complaining about the paying guests.
This lady wouldn't shut up.
Yeah.
Kids running around the pool. Noah. That's a Noah. Oh, shut up.
There
lady.
is a new Netflix movie that's getting a lot of attention, and I did watch it. Michelle and I and Julian, we did watch this movie last weekend, and, we kind of thought it was cute, but, as I kind of thought about it, I'm like, you know what? That really did suck.
Oh, no.
And but there's a movie that's getting a whole lot of buzz, but is it really kind of bad? Are we kind of getting brainwashed into thinking, oh, this is really a good movie? What movie is it? I'll fill you in next. Also, freebies are disappearing everywhere. We'll get into that in just a couple of minutes. I had one of those violin playing scam artists outside of Publix yesterday. Shot a video on that.
Oh, I saw a great video on one of those guys getting busted.
All right, so
He's
hang on.
like, hey, Mary had a little lamb.
Yeah, hang on. I'll get into that coming up in just a bit. Apparently, my data was stolen. Thank you, Frontier. We'll get into that. I had a maniac on the Howard Franklin Bridge in a Ferrari yesterday morning leaving the show. Anyway, we got a lot of stuff coming up next. We got to replay the Oprah audio. I'm telling you, we have an update on Oprah and it coming out of both ends on Oprah. So if you haven't heard this audio, you got to hear it. Anyway, that's just scratching the surface, and it's all next here on the MJ Morning Show as we start an hour and 20 minutes of nonstop MJ. So in just a couple of minutes, we start an hour and 20 minutes of nonstop entertainment, nonstop content, no commercials, no music, and it all starts in just a few minutes as we do every morning around 7:25 here on the MJ Morning Show. MJ here with Froggy and Fester, Roxanne. Andrew, our producer in the booth this morning. Andrew, great to have you along. Great to have all of our listeners along. And when you come for rotisserie chicken news, this is the place. Stand by for breaking rotisserie chicken news in just a matter of moments. First, though, I don't know if FHP got this guy, but there was a matte black Ferrari at about 10:15 yesterday morning, Howard Franklin Bridge, 275 northbound, that was doing easily $120 to $130. And
I gotta love the Ferrari guy.
yeah, Fester, your mic is going on and off again.
Well,
So
it's a very smart piece of equipment to cut me off regularly.
Right. Just pick your spots when you talk. Just keep an eye on it and jump in there. When it's right.
So I don't know whether this guy was stopped, but I was in the far right lane, and I had this Ferrari come up behind me and then come fairly close to my bumper, then quickly swerve over to the next lane, which would be the number 3 lane. And I just watched it. I mean, it was a blur. I was like, was that a Ferrari or a Lamborghini or was that a Honda? I couldn't tell. I mean, it was a Ferrari, but it was, wow! I mean, it was out of control. I mean, if I was rear-ended by that thing, I would have been slammed over the railing and I would have been floating in Tampa Bay.
All right, so let's flip the script a little bit.
Yeah.
What if you would have just kind of quickly pit maneuvered him as he passed you?
Jeez.
Where would he have been?
That thing would have been rolling and flipping with car parts scattered over a half mile. I mean, this guy was flying. And again, it was a matte black, not a clear-coated shiny. It's that matte finish where it's that dull matte color.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, matte black Ferrari. I couldn't even tell which model Ferrari it was, but he was just darting in and out. And I was like, oh, there was a time where I was looking about a quarter mile up, and it was kind of congested, and he was weaving in and out. I'm like, there's going to be a crash. And, I don't predict that crap lightly, but it was so close and nasty, I thought the guy was totally going to wreck. So I don't know what happened. I did call FHP. I did hit star FHP and, report it because it was just, absolutely dangerous beyond belief. So I don't know if they did nail the guy, but that was my experience. Every day is like an adventure. You're driving home every single day. There's some nut jobs on 275 northbound when I leave the studio every morning. So rotisserie chickens, healthy option or not a healthy option?
I'm glad you brought this up. I think I read the story that you're about to share with us, but I did this health analysis yesterday. I've told you a little bit about it.
Uh-huh.
And this lady yesterday I met with, a nutritionist, she went through all the foods I need to eat. And I was so happy because chicken skin is on the list. She was like, you should definitely eat the fatty part of the dark meat. I was like, yes.
Hold on. So hold on. She's saying to eat the chicken skin?
Yeah. She said my body needs it.
Yeah.
Now maybe yours doesn't.
Let me tell you about chicken. Let me tell you about chicken. The most underrated piece of chicken is
thigh.
It is front 100%.
Yeah. Right on.
Chicken thighs are incredible. People gravitate to white meat. No. I'm telling you, do I like a good fried chicken breast? Of course.
Sure.
Do I like a great chicken tender? Of course. But chicken thighs, I'll go sometimes on a Monday and Tuesday or Tuesday for the week, and I'll buy that big tray, whether I'm at Publix or whether I'm at Walmart. You get that big rectangular tray that has, 10 chicken thighs on it. Buy more and save.
Mm-hmm.
And you take those chicken thighs, I peel back the skin, I coat them in olive oil, a good quality olive oil, salt, pepper, paprika, sometimes a little sprinkle of cayenne pepper, and then you put those things in the oven. I put them in a Pyrex dish. I use parchment paper, put them in the oven, 400 degrees for about 55 minutes to an hour. You want the internal temperature to get to about 200. On chicken thighs, you're like, 200? Yeah. On thighs, it's fine. If you cook a chicken breast to that temperature, then it could get dry and nasty. But chicken thighs, because of the high fat content, chicken thighs, I'm telling you, 200 degrees, get an internal temperature like 200 degrees. For me, it's like this big rectangular Pyrex dish for about 55 minutes to an hour. Get to 200, 205 degrees, and man, those things are just incredible.
Juicy and rich.
They are. I'm telling you, best kept secret. All right. Now, are you rolling your eyes at me, Froggy?
No, I just love it when you talk food.
I thought I saw a little eye roll, but listen.
No, I just have a
But I'm all for some hot chicken talk this morning. Yeah, right?
But rotisserie chicken, it's such an easy grab, whether you're at the supermarket, you're at one of the discount clubs like Costco or Sam's or BJ's. But I saw a story, actually last week, I've kind of had this in the pile, about rotisserie chickens, and not all of the store chickens are created equally. Some are healthier than others, but a lot of the rotisserie chickens that were tested just loaded with like all kinds of additives and chemicals and sodium out the waz. And it's like, you think that it's a healthy option. Oh man, what could be healthier? Just a rotisserie chicken. Some of these, again, the contents, all the soybean oil, for instance, and soybean oil is one of the worst oils. Soybean oil is not good for you.
And if I'm not mistaken, there's one on the list that we buy all the time, and we even buy them for our family and drop them off at their house, and I think it's the worst one.
Which one?
C word.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, the what word?
Costco.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
What I think it is. Like, what kind?
What?
I don't know what that chicken tastes like.
I don't
It's
eat that C-word chicken.
The C-word chicken.
No, the story that I read, I don't know if it's the same one, MJ, but Costco didn't score well.
No, it didn't. Just there's a lot of additives and tricalcium phosphate and soybean oil and all kinds of dehydrated this and that. And
sounds delicious.
Listen, if you want to make a rotisserie chicken, I know it's just easy to grab this thing for what, $4.99, right?
That's one of their lost leaders, man.
I know. But just grab a whole fryer chicken and just roast your own and just, salt and pepper and, olive oil.
Oh, yeah, if you want to just raise the chicken in your backyard.
I didn't say that.
Yeah.
So people don't have time.
I didn't. But your mic went off again.
That's the evolution of it.
Yeah, there's a convenience factor.
Yeah. Oh. Just get your own chicken and get a spit in the backyard.
Listen to me. There's
That's what you sound like. Listen,
I'm going to hit you with a bat.
You know what you're getting when you get it.
No, you don't. That's the point. That's why I'm doing the story.
You're getting a chicken covered in spices full of injections.
People think that you can grab a rotisserie chicken and it's a healthy option. People are trained and brainwashed to think that all of these pre-made rotisserie chickens, it's chicken, it's rotisserie. How could it not be good for you? Because there's a lot of chemicals and additives and bad oils and a lot of salt, and you can do a much better job at home. That's why I have rotisserie chicken breaking news here on the MJ Morning Show.
Was that a chicken?
Hey, your mic went off again. What is going on?
I don't know. I don't know.
All right.
Why don't you use this mic?
Yeah, you want me to use the...
No, because Mic 4 doesn't sound good.
Doesn't sound as bad process.
It's just
But
weird.
it sounds better when it skips every other word.
Yeah, well, maybe for me it does. I don't know.
Can you do me a favor? Exercise the mic switches over there.
I don't exercise much. How do you do that?
Exercise.
Yeah,
in and out, in and out.
Hit all the buttons.
All the buttons.
Yeah, just hit all the buttons. All right, now stop. Okay, now. All right, stop.
All right.
Okay, now the mic is on. Again, this studio is falling apart, and Fester's mic just keeps turning off all by itself all morning long.
So do you have a list of all the stores? Did you say that? You had like the top 6?
No, I didn't. I don't need to go through the list. It just, for the most part, the rotisserie chickens that you buy that are pre-made are not great. You can do a much better job just buying your own fryer at the store and just roasting the damn thing yourself. But people are trained to think that, oh, it's a chicken and it's on a rotisserie and all the fat drains off. It's got to be good. No, that's like, it's a big chicken fraud going on. So just heads up on that. Hey, speaking of food, freebies are going away.
Freebies.
When I say freebies, just things that you would inherently think are just kind of part of the deal, like, a sauce packet, for instance.
Right? Or bread at the table.
Well,
Would that be on the list?
Not really. But some restaurants do charge you for bread. There are some, hey, would you like bread with that? And then you see there's a $5 charge on your bill for bread. But we do know, for instance, and we talked about this a couple of months ago, that McDonald's is going to be phasing out the self-serve soda machines. Did you know that McDonald's makes more than $1 billion a year just on soft drinks?
They're so good.
I'm surprised it's that low.
Well, first of all, the McDonald's Coke is great. You know, the McDonald's Fountain Coke.
And the Sprite.
Yeah, I don't drink a lot of soda, but
I'm a Sprite guy.
you know, my wife Michelle loves a Fountain Coke from McDonald's. Chloe is addicted to a Fountain Coke from McDonald's, and we've gone through the science on why the McDonald's Cokes are better than some other fountains. But McDonald's is going to be phasing out over the next years. They're taking out the self-serve machines, and they're going to control things, and the drinks are going to be behind the counter, and that's to probably maximize profits by not allowing for all those free refills. But you look at, some of the other things that you would think were free. Taco Bell, for instance. Taco Bell, and I'm not really up to speed on all of the Taco Bell menu items, but I'll tell you what, when I crave a six-pack of original crunchy tacos from Taco Bell, nothing's going to stop me. When I crave a Taco Bell six-pack, just the classic crunch, not all the crazy names and all the new inventions, just the classic crunchy Taco Bell taco. When I get a craving for that, I'm in. It's kind of like White Castle or, a Crystal Burger. Same kind of deal. All right. But Taco Bell recently launched their Cantina Chicken menu, if you're familiar with that. But then people started saying, but wait a minute, the avocado verde salsa to go with the Cantina Chicken, it used to be free, and now they're charging 20 cents a packet.
Whoa.
Whoa.
The little packet of sauce, Taco Bell's now charging for the salsa.
So I'm on their website right now.
Yeah.
And it says Cantina Chicken Menu.
Yeah.
And it clearly says on every one,
Yep.
includes 2 new packets of the avocado verde salsa,
Right.
where Taco Bell is notorious for giving you a
Handful.
bucket load.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the story that I have here says that, well, maybe it's you get a couple free, but if you want more,
If you wanted
then they
more.
charge you 20 cents a packet.
So the bigger
Yeah.
meals have 2. Most of them have 1, includes 1 packet.
Right?
1 packet.
Okay, 1 pack. All right.
See the bigger
Right.
meal?
If
2?
you want additional, we're talking about the little ketchup-like packets. They're going to charge you 20 cents a piece for the pack. That never used to happen.
Remember back in the day, I had the little thing that, if you said, I need a bleep load and you curse, they would fill you up. They'd give you a bunch.
Oh, yeah, that was like an early YouTube thing. You go
Right. That was my thing.
Yeah, you go to Taco Bell and you say, give me a bleep load of hot sauce.
Well, you like 50 packets.
Look on the menu. Look here. Here's the Cantina menu.
Yep.
Avocado verde sauce packet, 20 cents.
Look at that. It's on the menu. So I guess with some, they give you a free, like 1 or 2. If you want additional, then they start hitting you up for 20 cents a packet. And that never used to happen.
How good is this avocado sauce?
Never used to happen in the past. I don't know. Why don't you check it out? Hey, what about like places where parking used to be free? I'll give you an example. Like in Denver. If you stay at the hotels in Denver at the airport, so that's Tower Road.
Yeah.
If anyone knows Denver, you go down Pena as you're heading to Denver airport, and they've got. Did you just belch?
Did I?
Could you have done that when your mic was skipping out?
I don't know. I thought the mic was off.
You just belched.
It was a little
So
Oh.
you go to these hotels. I'm talking about Holiday Inn Express. I'm talking about Comfort Suites. I'm talking about the typical mid-range hotels, and they got a dozen of them. The parking used to be free, just right in front. You park in their lot, and now all these hotels are charging you for parking. So a lot of the things that used to be free, and I'm sure we can go to phones and I can get a whole bunch of calls on things that you're now getting charged for that used to be free. And, that trend is obnoxious. The trend is, I think, annoying.
Oh, I know something. Grocery bags. Sometimes they charge you for grocery bags than when they didn't used to. Have you seen that?
Well, I know that like Aldi does because
Yep.
I was at Aldi for the first time last weekend.
Oh, we saw you scooting around.
Sprouts does now.
It is 7:41 at the MJ Morning Show. It would have been time for Hal Herman headlines, but Froggy dropped me a text at 2 a.m. saying Hal Herman's not going to make it because apparently Froggy had more important things to do yesterday and did not write the Hal Herman skit for today.
Excuse me.
Good
Hal's
job.
news team does it.
Yeah, good job,
Not
Froggy.
me.
So we promoted Hal Herman headlines. We promised our listener, Mike Benton.
Yeah, we promised a listener.
We promised Mike Benton we would do Hal Herman headlines early at 7:40 because if we do it closer to 8 o'clock, he's got to go into work and he misses it. But of course, we're podcast every day. You can go back and listen to it.
Yeah.
We're on YouTube TV live right now, but you can always go back and view us at your convenience every day. All of our shows are archived. Podcast is available by 11 a.m. every single day. YouTube TV is on demand every day. So, Froggy's,
I dropped the ball.
Froggy's dropping the ball and glitching out. So
I'm not glitching. Yeah.
So no Hal Herman headlines today. Froggy says Hal Herman headlines, what, 7:40 tomorrow?
I got to talk to Hal and see.
All right. Hal Herman headlines.
He could come in and just read this news story.
All right. Just try.
Professor, it's not going to work. Stop hitting the button. You're going to break it.
Hey, Andrew, could you please send a text to Andrew?
Andrew,
mean-
don't
I'm
text
sorry.
me.
I'm sorry. Andrew, can you please send a text to Max and tell him that our studio continues to fall apart? Fester's mic will not stay on. It keeps going on and off all by itself.
That's so weird.
I'm telling this play. We're going to go off the air before the new studio is built, and we're going to be broadcasting out of a closet with a little Radio Shack mixer, and it's going to sound like ass.
Actually, it might sound better.
Maybe you're right.
I mean, it already sounds better with me not being in it so much.
So I saw one of the violin scammers for the first time in South Tampa yesterday. We've talked about these guys. They're around. This is a whole countrywide thing.
Yeah.
And I shot a little video, which I posted on my Instagram last night. There's a dude that was on the sidewalk across the street from Publix. This is the Publix where the Sports Authority used to be on West Kennedy, right across from West Shore Plaza Mall. That's the smaller Publix that's right there. And I'm in the parking lot. I'm hearing this, violin sound. What's going on? So as I walk in to Publix with Chloe last night, I look over to the left, and on one of the side streets, right across from the entrance to the Publix parking lot in South Tampa, here's this guy on the sidewalk, and he's got his speakers set up on the sidewalk.
Right.
He's got his violin.
Did he have like a sad sack sign?
He had the sign. There's a white cardboard sign, something about, he's got to pay the rent and this and that. And, if I scroll down, it was similar to that. Need to help my mom with rent. God bless. That's another. But this guy's sign was very similar. And we've talked about the violin racket in the past. Bring up my Instagram, would you please?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, bring up my IG. So, folks, if you want to see the video of the violin scammer, and they play at parking lots all across the area, appearing now at some parking lot near you. This racket's been going on for a while. It's all over the country. And I don't know if this is organized or if there's like some kind of a pamphlet on how to be a violin parking lot scammer.
I'm going to look that up. I'm going to do a Google search.
I mean, can you go like online and buy a violin scammer kit?
Yeah, go to YouTube and they'll tell you exactly how to do it, I would imagine.
A quick start violin scam kit.
Yeah.
The deal is they're not playing the violin. And in fact, I had a conversation with a guy in the parking lot on the way out of Publix. I saw a guy and his, I would imagine, wife walking back across the street into the Publix parking lot to then go to their vehicle. And I'm walking out at the same time he's coming back into the parking lot from giving the violin guy money. And I said to this guy, I said, he's not really playing that violin, right? He says, what do you mean? What do you mean he's not playing the violin? He's not. I'm like, he's faking it. It is a recording. And he said, no, it's not. I'm like, dude, I said, when you get home, go Google violin parking lot scam and go read all the stories that pop up about the violin scam.
And then call me and tell me what you think then, pal.
I didn't give him my phone number. But do you have my video? All right, go ahead and play my video and go. Here we are. Listen. This was last night at Publix.
One of those violin scam deals. Not in the Publix parking lot, but across from the Publix parking lot.
I love that song, though.
Dude, you wanted to get it. You should have went up to him and asked him to play like Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star or something.
So,
that's what a lot of guys do.
Here's the
like,
thing. First of all, you can tell he's not pulling the bow across the violin
If you take a look,
like he should.
he's
Way off.
There are times where his bow strokes don't even match what's going on. There's also a time where the violin keeps playing for a split second after he takes the bow off.
Wait, did you take violin lessons for a while?
I did. I took violin lessons with Chloe.
Yeah.
When Chloe was much younger doing Suzuki, I did lessons along with Chloe.
I remember you brought that thing in and tried to play it.
Like 15, 16 years ago.
That's why you always ask me if I'm trying to make my kids like a prodigy, because you did it.
I did. Yeah. No, I didn't.
But if you look, he also is looking around. I've seen a reasonable amount of violin players. Yeah. They don't look around to see what their surroundings are.
Yeah. So if you want to see the video of the violin scam guy, I didn't go up and confront him. I should have gone up and said, hey, play the violin from Come On Eileen, okay?
Yeah.
Play the
Do it.
All right, so there's nothing illegal about this.
What are you talking about?
How is this? Is this performance art?
Milli Vanilli.
He's not selling records. He's not going to get a top 10 hit.
He's asking for money.
It's performance art.
It's fooling people, thinking that you're like some kind of a violin aficionado.
Yeah. What's the difference?
When you got a little digital machine playing the violin noises while you're faking.
It's an art.
I still kind of like it. I'm with Fester. Like, you know what? If I'm driving down the street, I love that song. It's called "Loving You Is a Losing Game" by Duncan Lawrence.
You like getting scammed. You like someone.
It's not a scam.
It's not a scam. I hear the music.
They're faking. They're pretending they're playing. They're scamming you.
Okay,
they're not playing the violin.
I'm very interested in this thought process because I see him. I hear the music.
All right.
I see him doing that. I'm entertained. Why does it have to be like?
Then I tell you what, just put on Spotify and find some violin concertos. Then
MJ, it's
Yes.
like if we went to the theater and saw Hamilton, and then the actor at the end waves. You're like, wait, hold on a second. He didn't get shot. He didn't get shot. It's a theatrical performance. It's an art.
That is not even remotely a good example. That is not even remotely a good comparison.
What's the difference between this guy and this street magician?
Yes,
Stop.
I agree.
What he didn't really pull a rabbit out of his hat? He had it there the whole time? Curses. He's a fraud. He's a magician.
Good morning. Who's this?
This is Shane.
Hey, Shane, where are you calling from?
I'm calling from St. Pete.
All right. What are you calling in on?
I'm hearing you guys talking about the violin scammers.
Yep.
Now, I was leaving Target about a month and a half ago.
Yep.
Down in St. Pete off Park Street.
Yep.
And I can tell you, I came across a saxophonist version of that.
Oh, the saxophone
Oh,
scammer.
heavens, no.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And let me tell you, MJ, you're correct, because I sat in the parking lot and watched this guy. He went away for about 5 minutes and then came back, and before he even started playing, I see him pull out his phone, and I'm hearing music before even the saxophone starts playing. So I know for a fact.
Yeah.
Because
they have to
I've
hit
done
play.
saxophone in the past, I haven't done it in years, and I know that there is no way that you are going to be that good with a sign that says, I need cancer money.
Yeah, listen, I just don't like getting scammed. And if you think that somebody's really playing and displaying their talents and trying to feed their family or pay the rent, if you're a talented individual and you're a street performer, that's different than totally faking it and playing on people's sympathy. He's not talented. He's doing nothing. He can't even make the finger movements and the bow match up with the music that's coming out of his speaker.
Sorry, his family didn't have money to send him to Juilliard.
Okay.
He's doing the best
You guys are the worst suckers in the world. You suckers!
This guy is
Hey,
what
attention
it
all
is.
scam artists. Call Fester, 813-310-8444 and scam Fester.
Yeah, call me up and we'll all get together and drive to MJ's house. Because listen, MJ, this guy's just doing an act on the street.
Oh, come
He's
on.
not the best.
Dude.
Okay? He's not really good
you know
at
what?
it.
I don't expect this out of you, Fester.
Listen,
I don't expect you like...
He's a theatrical
No, you should
performer.
expect it. He loves a scam.
Shane, thank you. Have a great day.
I can't believe you guys are for this guy.
Listen, I'm not against it. Listen, I'm not giving him money, but I'm not pissed at him either. You guys are all up in arms. He's faking it. No crap.
Go to my Instagram if you want to see the video of my encounter with the violin scammer. Go to my Instagram, Certified MJ Radio. My Instagram, Certified MJ Radio, and see the video from last night. Look at the comments. Read the comments. This thing already has like 8,000. I couldn't believe how fast this thing took off last night. So let me see how many views I have already on this. Oh, my God, 9,679 views. I posted this at like 8 o'clock, 8:30 last night. It already has 9,600. I'm going to be at 10,000 in just a minute here. But read the comments. And some of the comments are like, MJ, I've played the violin my entire life. He is absolutely not playing that violin.
Duh.
Oh, you know what?
I mean, it is what it is. And it looks like it's this younger person's first day on the job doing it. He's not very talented as far as faking it either.
Okay. Will you play it again so we can hear it?
All right. Let me grab Steve first.
Okay.
Steve is in Bartow. Steve, hi. You're on the MJ Morning Show. Welcome.
Morning, MJ. So, I have one of those guys in my parking lot at Walmart every single day.
So it's the Bartow Walmart?
Yeah.
Is that the one with the Taco Bell's right next door, right?
Yeah, across the street.
Yeah, right, yeah.
Arby's.
Yep.
He sits in the parking lot every day. I swear to God, he shows up at, I'm there every morning about maybe 8 o'clock. He's there at, 7:30-ish. And he will sit there and wait for 8 o'clock when we start getting our morning rush. And all of a sudden, I see him fiddling with it. He's actually pressing the recorder, and then he'll start playing.
We get it, Steven.
Yeah, well, it's a right. This guy's there every day. Do you see people giving him money?
No, because the Bartow Walmart, our managerial staff is up on that. They run him off.
They're all up on it. Good for them. So they run him out of they run this guy out of the parking lot. So where does he set up? Where does he play then?
He tries to set up near the entrance so that way he can actually catch people that come in and have them stop right there.
Gotcha. All right, Steve. Thanks for the call. I appreciate you checking in.
It has to be like a network
Thanks.
of guys that somebody's paying
like
or something.
like a gypsy clan or something, you know?
They're travelers.
Yeah, the Travelers Gypsy Clan.
Could we listen to the music again?
Yeah,
There's like 7 other instruments going on as well.
That is
in a second.
Tip off.
But the guy that I had the conversation with, again, as I'm walking out of Publix, this is Publix on West Kennedy, right across from West Shore Plaza. As I'm walking out after shopping with Chloe, and I see this guy and his wife or girlfriend, and this dude was probably like 55, 58 years old, maybe 60, and he's walking away after he clearly just gave this guy money. And listen, you know me, I can't keep my mouth shut. No. I said to him, that's a scam, right? And he said, what do you mean a scam? I said, he's not really playing. He said, what do you mean he's not playing? I'm like, it's a recording. He's like, what? I'm like, when you get home, just Google violin player parking lot scam, and a whole bunch of stuff's going to come up. And the guy was dumbfounded. He's like, what?
Look at some of these people so butthurt in the comments here.
All right, so here we go. Well, let me roll the audio again. Here you go. All right.
Is his wife snapping?
Say it again.
Is his wife doing the snap?
No.
One of those violin scam deals.
Anyway.
Okay, the song he's playing is called Arcade.
All right.
And I just don't know why you can't take things at the enjoyment of, okay, here's someone playing some nice music on the street corner.
They weren't playing it.
I know, but what are you going to go to the concert? Hey, you're lip syncing like that. That's
Roxanne, if
are you
you-
going to go see Santa Claus in the mall and go, you're not the real Santa Claus from the North Pole?
Look at that guy.
Yeah.
He's not the
Guys, what are you talking about? That's the real Santa.
Dude,
the one at
guys,
International Plaza
listen,
is.
if you want to be ripped
yes,
off,
he is.
if you want to be rooked by some guy doing fake violin playing, that's your prerogative.
Listen.
I don't like people pulling scams and rackets and con games, and the violin players are con games. Move it along.
Oh my God! Says the guy who made a fortune off of crank calls.
How is that even close? I've got Fester and Roxanne I got them high-fiving in here. It's not even close.
Listen to the aggression in the comments. Ready? I'm a violinist, and I'm calling BS on this. Where is this? I'll go and call him out. No, don't confront him.
That's C. Falkstrom.
Yeah.
I'm a violinist. I'm calling BS on this. Where was this? I'll go call him out.
Yes.
Listen, you know what? I should have ripped the violin out of his hands and it would still be playing.
I'm sure.
That's what I should have done.
MJ, C. Falkstrom probably has a really nice life. You don't want to confront a guy pedaling on the street over the authenticity of his violin. You get stabbed with that bow.
You got to check out the comments as well. Anyway, the video of the phony violin scam player on my Instagram, Certified MJ Radio. That's Certified MJ Radio. Hey, speaking of getting racketed and scammed, I got the letter yesterday from Frontier. I've been the victim of apparent identity theft, or all my data was breached. Here's the letter. Yeah, from Frontier. Thank you, Frontier. Yeah, a couple of things caught my attention here. Yeah, to me, dated June 6th from Frontier. And, that's who provides my internet, because I've got the old Verizon Fios, which, remember, Verizon sold that off, and Frontier, they picked it up. Dear me, notice of data breach. We're writing to inform you that some of your personal information may have been accessed by a third party during a recent cyber incident at Frontier Communications parent company. We take seriously the security of your data, and we're offering you 1 year of complimentary credit monitoring and identity theft resolution services to help protect your information. Please follow the instructions below to activate these services. What happened? Hang on a minute. I need Tiger Woods' mommy here. Hang on a minute. So the next headline is...
What happened?
All right. On April 14th, 2024, we detected unauthorized access to some of our internal IT systems. Our investigation identified your personal information among the data affected by the incident. What personal information was involved? The personal information involves your name, date of birth, and social security number. Thank you, Frontier.
Great.
Based on our investigation, we do not believe your personal financial information was affected. Well, they've got my name, address, and social security number. What is Frontier doing? We take this incident and the security of your information in our care seriously. Well, obviously not serious enough, because you wouldn't have allowed this to happen in the first place. Upon discovering the incident, Frontier retained leading cybersecurity experts. How about having leading cybersecurity experts before this breach happens, so the breach doesn't happen, Frontier?
So there's already a class action suit filed in Texas.
Yeah, I was going to call up. Hang on, let me get Billy Howard on the phone. I was going to tell him I was going to call him. Let me see if I can get him on the phone. Hang on. Hey, Fester, pick up Hot 1 and see if Billy Howard from the Consumer Protection Law Firm is available to take the phone call, and if he was aware of the Frontier data breach. Went to voicemail? All right. Well, maybe I'll set him up later on. But that's great. It's always great getting a letter in the mail that my information has been identified. And the story is, I think it's like close to 1 million. Hang on, 750,000 plus, 751,895 customers affected. And one of those customers apparently is me, MJ. That's great. How long before, I got all kinds of bill collectors after me because someone's opened up accounts and credit cards with my name and social security number?
Probably a couple of weeks.
Unbelievable. Social security, name, address, April 14th cyber attack. So you got an internet company that is now what? After the fact hiring cybersecurity experts? Why weren't these cybersecurity experts making sure your network was secure and hardened so there wasn't a breach of data in the first place?
I don't know a whole lot about these different companies and their size, but Frontier must be one of the really, really small ones. They only have 1.7 million residential and commercial customers across 25 states.
Yeah, I mean,
that's not a big footprint.
They're not as big as Comcast or,
Spectrum.
Spectrum's, isn't that part of Comcast?
I don't know. I told you.
This Charter, this Comcast, this Charter. So I don't. It's all confusing to me. So hey, the Oprah update. If you missed this was late in the show yesterday, but this could have been the best audio that we played. By the way, 8:03 now on the MJ Morning Show, and you're in the middle of an hour and 20 minutes of nonstop MJ. Nonstop. We don't play music. We don't have commercials. Every day, right around 7:25, we do an hour and 20 minutes of nonstop MJ Morning Show. And a lot of times it's more. It's like an hour 23, hour 25. If we're on a roll, it'll, go a little longer. So yesterday, late in the show, we played what I think was the best audio. Well, so far, the best audio of the week. And Oprah was, I guess, supposed to be on the CBS morning show with Gayle King and the other co-hosts earlier this week with the author of a book, because it was Oprah's new book club pick. And then Gayle King has to say that Oprah can't make it. Well, because she had some. Well, here's the audio. This is what Gayle King said of Oprah.
David, we're very happy to say joins us right now in studio. I'm so glad you are here. And I'm so sorry that Oprah can't. Yesterday, she said, I'm going to rally. She had some kind of stomach flu where stuff was coming out of both ends. I won't get too graphic. But needless to say, she ended up in the hospital, dehydration, to get an IV. So it was a very serious thing. So it had to be. I hope
she's okay. Yeah.
She will be okay. She will be okay. I hope she's not mad at me for sharing that detail. But, but I wanted to make it clear, though, that it mattered to her, and it really bothered her that she couldn't be here for you today. So we will pick up the slack.
Why wasn't Oprah there? Because
stuff was coming out of both ends.
Whoa. Breaking news on CBS. Oprah's got it coming out of both ends.
Stuff was coming out of both ends.
You know what? That would get high ratings if that was on TV.
Dude, you know what? How much would Netflix pay to have the Oprah out of both ends special? I'd watch it.
And Gayle King says, I hope Oprah's not too mad at me for saying. Apparently, Oprah had some kind of a stomach virus, and she went to the hospital. Apparently, she was so dehydrated, I think they had to hook up an IV to, kind of rehydrate her. Because that's what happens when
stuff was coming out of both ends.
Yeah.
Okay, speaking of that,
yes.
Would you rather have a Wendy Williams on air?
Sneeze
double
fart?
out of both ends, right?
She had
both ends. Or would you rather have your best friend descriptively talk about what was coming out of both ends?
Andrew, can you bring up Wendy Williams for me, please? Just let me know when you have it. You can play it from in there.
Oh, that was a burp.
Yeah.
I mean, the only thing Wendy Williams had was air coming out of both ends.
She had air.
Here it is.
It's a matter of time. She's not lonely.
Well, then.
I apologize.
that was just like Oprah.
Stuff was coming out of both ends.
It's a matter of time. She's not lonely.
Stuff was coming out of both ends.
I apologize.
Obviously, Roxanne, the answer is you'd rather have a Wendy Williams because anybody who's really sick can say, "Oh my gosh, I had stuff coming out of both ends," but very rare is it the toot burp.
Even if you're a multi-billionaire like Oprah, you can still have stuff coming out of both ends. You know.
You think Oprah's really pissed at her?
When you think of people being all, did I say pee?
Yeah,
when you think of peeing, when you think of people being all high and mighty, just remember that they can easily have stuff coming out of both ends, like Oprah Winfrey.
I'm sure Oprah liked her saying that because it makes her sound relatable.
Oh, it like humanizes her?
Yes, humanizes her.
Ugh. A little too human.
Oprah's got explosive diet.
Why'd you tell them that, Gail?
Oh, man. It's back. It's kind of gaudy. I don't know if you have one, Roxanne, but guess which fashion accessory is making a big comeback?
The pearl necklace.
All right.
No.
All right.
Yeah.
No.
That's a lot of Golden Girls.
It's never gone out of style.
No.
Always in style.
Nope. The fashion accessory that's making a big comeback are the big gaudy GG belt buckles.
GG.
Like the Gucci?
Yes.
Okay.
The G and the G, the big gold Gucci belt buckles, for whatever reason, they were in, then they were out, considered gaudy, and now for whatever reason, millennials are bringing back the big GG Gucci belt buckles. So if you start seeing more of these, that's why.
I don't have one.
I hope the emo look comes back. Remember the emo with the kids would put the eyeliner on,
the
and
black
their
hair and the really pale skin. That was a good look.
Yeah, I like emo kids.
Speaking of audio, this is pretty funny. This happened here in Florida. This is Central Florida. This is Seminole County, and this happened at a Seminole County Board of Commissioners meeting. This is funny. All right. So a council meeting became very entertaining after a rather inappropriate audio bite came out of the speakers as a middle-aged woman was stepping up to the microphone. Now, where did this audio come from? Well, that's part of the story we'll get to in a second. This happened on Tuesday during a Seminole County Board of County Commissioners meeting over in Sanford. Before the meeting even started, the chair is Jay Zembauer and said, could everyone please turn their cell phones off? Please silence your phones during the meeting. And then about halfway through this meeting, it's about an hour long, Zembauer introduced the community service director, her name, Allison Thal, to discuss the Affordable Housing Annual Report. So she steps up to the microphone. Thal is a 61-year-old female, and she's got her presentation ready, introduces herself, and that's when a robotic male voice blurts out over the sound system inside the chamber and says, older women are often perceived as difficult to turn on.
What?
That's right.
How did this happen? This is very confusing.
Would you like to hear the audio?
What was that, ad on a porn site or something?
Well, it had to be something like that.
And just ill-timed?
And it came out of one of the commissioner's laptop computers. What the hell was this guy looking at? What was on his laptop while he's on the big county commissioner dais? All right, listen to this.
So for the record, Allison Thal, Community Services Director.
Older women are often perceived as difficult to turn on. Here you go.
What? Say what? Are you talking about me?
That That is the best.
That's like one of those ads before a porn video, I think.
Is that not
I mean, so I heard.
Excuse me, Froggy. What was that?
I mean, way to qualify it with the I think.
Hold on. Your wife Kim is listening right now. What did you say?
Well, it sounds like an ad.
It sounds like an ad that you would see before adult content.
Or it sounds like.
Is that not unfreaking believable? The timing of this, and she's 61 years old, and she walks up. She's doing her.
She got all offended.
So, for the record, Allison Thal, Community Services Director.
Older women are often perceived as difficult to turn on.
There you go.
What? Say what?
Are you talking about me?
That was a good presentation. Senior.
Where did that come from?
I don't know.
I don't
where that
either.
Came from. It's not
I will remember this day
forever,
Lee. Forever.
Would IT please deal with Commissioner Constantine's technology?
I think.
My God!
The one guy's like closing his laptop real slow.
So,
did you hear that something sounded like it slammed? Right.
So apparently, it came out of one of the commissioner's laptops, Lee Constantine, which was he on a porn site, and that blared out.
I mean, you get. Once you go down a rabbit hole of stuff, you get very targeted ads no matter what you look at.
I have never had that. I do a lot of surfing. I am on the internets.
Right. No, what Fester
all
just said
day
is,
long, and I've never had that blurt out of my
That's
computer.
the rabbit hole he went down.
Yeah,
I clicked on a link and I watched a 1.5-minute video about some guy saying I could learn 100 songs on the piano if I learned 4 chords. And he played like all this hit music where it was the same. So I watched his 2-minute video and then I X'd out of it. And now I get his commercial all the time.
All right, you know what? I want to ask our listening audience. We have a lot of people listening right now. That audio blurb, and I'll play it again. Here it is at this Seminole County Commissioners meeting on Tuesday night.
So, for the record, Allison Thal, Community Services Director.
Older women are often perceived as difficult to turn on.
All right.
The timing was perfect.
It was like inserted perfectly. All right. Here's what. Oh, that was. Oh, I don't know if I should have said that.
Did it work for the older woman?
Yeah. All right. So here's the deal. Does anyone recognize what that is from? Older women are hard to turn on.
No.
Does anyone know where that came from? What was this guy looking at on his laptop computer on the dais at the county commissioner meeting? If anyone knows what that's from, or what is that an ad for, or does anyone recognize that audio bite? If you do, call us right now. Would love to do a little additional research and an I-team investigation here on the MJ Morning Show.
Wow.
800-99, this is funny as hell. 800-990-1047 is how you get in. 800-990-1047. Does anyone know where that audio is from? Is it an ad for something? Is it from a porno site? 800-990-1047. I'll play it one more time.
So, for the record, Allison Thal, Community Services Director.
Older women are often perceived as difficult to turn on.
All right. 800-990-1047 if you know where that's from.
It's like it's on like a MILF site or something.
Yeah, right? It's a very targeted search.
Then Zembauer calls out Constantine saying, would IT please deal with the Commissioner Constantine's technology? Or maybe put a porn site blocker on his computer. How about that? Hang on, I got a couple of calls on hold. Andrew, can I grab anything here before I move on? Andrew is screening away. Andrew, can I, yes or no? Yes, all right, just put it on hold. Just grab it. All right, Ryan in Palm Harbor. Ryan, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Hi, Ryan.
Hey, MJ, how are you guys?
Doing well. What's the story, Ryan?
So, I'm pretty positive that it is from a female Viagra commercial, the original commercial.
Wow, female Viagra.
How would you know this so explicitly? It seems very specific.
Well, we don't need to interrogate her. She's giving us some good information.
I'm asking, what's her source?
Go ahead, Ryan.
What's my source?
Have you heard it before? Did the ad pop up on your computer at some point?
No. So it's sorry, I don't need that yet. But
I wasn't insinuating that.
Oh no, I was just saying, just to cover all ends.
Oh, that's all right.
We got you.
You're covered.
So I am, yes, indeed. So it's from this NBC nightly news, older coverage, and it's called the Little Pink Pill, Viagra for Women. I didn't recognize the voice or anything like that, but
gotcha.
But yeah.
Ryan, thank you so much, and I do appreciate you checking in. And thank you for listening, hopefully daily, to the MJ Morning Show.
Always, always. You guys know it. I love you guys, and have a great day.
Thank you, Ryan.
Thanks.
David in Tampa. Hey, David, you're on the MJ Morning Show.
Hey, how you doing, guys? Good morning.
Doing fine. Go ahead.
Hey, so I'm pretty sure that voice is one of the automated voices for ChatGPT.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like a regular voice. It sounds like an AI voice.
Yeah.
Well, I use ChatGPT for work every day, and there's one of the voices named Ember. If you were to use that voice, it sounds very similar to that voice. So that guy was probably on ChatGPT trying to learn some things or two,
Hey, sounds good to me. I know that there's plenty of fake stuff going around. All the Elon Musk stuff is all AI-generated voices. All the fake Elon Musk clips with him saying crazy stuff. Thank you. And listen, AI is very dangerous because the fakes that can be generated and the stuff that people can say. I'm waiting for somebody to do fake AI for our radio show and try to have us say something we never said to try to get us in trouble. I'm sure that crap is right around the corner. David, thanks for the call. I appreciate it. So I want to talk about butt dents for a couple of moments here. What are you snickering at?
Because I just talked about that on Middays yesterday.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I did. Did you hear?
She talked about it first. She's got
Did you hear?
Well,
did you hear me talk about it?
Well, no. You mentioned butt dents to me on the show yesterday.
Off air.
Off air.
Yeah, I did.
So I guess you don't have a problem talking about it. So you had a very interesting encounter with your 6-year-old daughter?
Yeah, no, 7. She's 7 now.
Now she's 7. Okay.
Yep, she's just 7. And so I'm getting ready for bed, and she's behind me, and she said, "Mom, how come you have dents on your butt?" And my instinct, as you know, I'm like defensive, and I'm about to turn around and go, "Don't look at my body. We don't talk rudely about people's bodies. Mind your own business." But instead,
your 7-year-old daughter is body shaming you?
No. But wait,
she's talking about dents on your butt.
Yeah.
But
we've seen your butt. There's no dents.
But MJ,
it's on Facebook.
I have to tell you, she's just describing what she sees. It wasn't like an insult to me. It was like she's looking at my butt, and sure enough, we all have a lot of us have cellulite, and that's what she saw. She's just describing what she sees. The same times I've told you in the past when Daviana's like, "Mom, your boobs are jiggly." She's describing. She's not trying to be mean. She's just like that's what she sees.
She's just describing what she heard Daddy say.
There's no agenda.
Or Mommy, your butt looks like Daddy's top flight golf balls.
Yeah, exactly. An orange peel.
They're Titleist.
But wait a minute. I don't know. Maybe Doug's a Titleist guy. I don't know. Right. No, but seriously, if you look at, is the photo of Roxanne's butt and your butt still up on the MJ Morning Show Facebook page?
We don't have to dissect this with a magnifying glass.
But wait a minute. I don't, not that I'm staring at your butt, but you do have that bikini shot that you posted, which clearly it was a thirst trap photo that you posted originally.
It was deep in my gallery, or my, you had to go look for it if you wanted to see that. But now you don't have to go look for it since Fester has so kindly put it on the MJ Morning Show fan page on Facebook.
It's the MJ Morning Show page.
Now Fester has some dents.
If you go to the MJ Morning Show page on Facebook, the whole banner photo right now is the original Roxanne floating on the pool raft with massive cheek showing, and then Fester recreating the Roxanne thirst trap photo with even more massive cheek showing. But Roxanne, and I don't want to get all creepy on you here.
Too late.
But what
you brought this to us.
But this is an untouched photo as far as I know.
Yeah, of course.
But I don't see any butt dents going on there.
It's a good angle.
Unless something happened in the last 6 or 8 months.
No. It's a good angle, number one. But number two, gravity, when you stand, things pull down, and movement makes things jiggle more and makes, cellulite more apparent. But, it's just, I realized that she wasn't trying to be mean. She was just like, hey, I see a dent there. And I thought to myself, what a great opportunity to tell her that this is a wonderful thing to have. Because why have we decided that cellulite is ugly, right?
Who's we?
The society.
Oh.
So that's why I was like, no, honey, that's actually called cellulite. It's really cool. Most of us have it. Babies have it. You probably have it if I squeeze your butt the right way. And guess what? You're not cool if you don't have it. And I love it.
Well,
and so I think it's a good reframing of how we look at our bodies.
On Roxanne's butt in a very small bikini, I can't see cellulite.
Okay, this has turned into something.
Folks, if you would like to view Roxanne's butt and see if you can find the cellulite and the butt dents, go to the MJ Morning Show Facebook page. So I'm not a Facebook aficionado.
You don't even have to click anything. It's the header picture.
It's the header. It's the header picture. But for people to go to all they do is go to Facebook and search MJ Morning Show, and it should come up. Is that how you get to our page?
Yeah, MJ Morning Show, and you'll see our logo is the icon, and then when you click it, the header is the two asses of the show.
And I'd like to also do a disclaimer that if you go to Roxanne's IG page at Roxanne Wilder, this photo originally was not that close up. It was a elongated me in the pool on a raft. It was further away.
You save your disclaimers.
And Fester, you blew it up, so it's just butt.
disclaimers.
It's literally just butt, and listen, it wasn't like that when I posted
and
it.
Listen, I'm not seeing any butt dents.
Okay, I appreciate
I'm not patronizing you, but I'm not seeing it.
Now
so,
look
folks,
look at my butt.
You got some creases. Those aren't really. That's not really cellulite as much as it's like a crease.
Yeah, it's your crease.
That's like sharp. It's like you got Sharpay ass going on.
Yeah, your ass looks like my French bulldog.
Yeah, you got Sharpay butt going on with Fester. All right, so go to our Facebook page, MJ Morning Show Facebook page, and like us and follow, because we already have a lot of good followers. We have about 29,000 followers on the MJ Morning Show Facebook page. If you don't follow us on Facebook, we're going to get a little more active on the Facebook page. So go ahead and give us a follow on Facebook on MJ Morning Show and take a look. I have to call a couple of people here. First of all, I got to call Wade from Two College Brothers because he is ready to deliver the Red Lobster booth from the Red Lobster in Largo, where we are the recipients from the auction winners of all the contents of the defunct Red Lobster on Ulmerton in Largo. MJ Morning Show listeners from Johnny's Tap House in Dunedin.
Tarpon Springs.
I'm sorry, in Tarpon Springs, Johnny's Tap House, Tarpon Springs. They won the auction for all of the contents, everything, the bar, the kitchen, all the equipment. They got a hell of a deal for $13,800. They got everything in the Red Lobster. And they saved a booth for me because Michelle and Chloe and Julian, my family, they had to have a Red Lobster booth. So let me call up Wade. They have it. They went to pick it up. Two College Brothers Moving and Storage. They have it. And now they want to get it the hell out of their warehouse. So they want to deliver it.
Yeah, are you paying him to keep that thing there?
Yeah, all the guys walking by, hey, boss, what the hell is this?
It costs money to keep stuff there.
So we might have it delivered. What do you think? Should we have it delivered live on the show tomorrow?
Is Michelle going to receive it?
Julian. Wade, hey, it's MJ and the crew.
Hey, MJ.
All right, folks, it's Wade from Two College Brothers Moving and Storage. All right, so my Red Lobster booth, have you seen it? Did you sit in it?
No, I think they put it straight into storage. I have not sat in it yet.
Oh, I figured you would have tested out the booth to, sit in the booth.
I mean, I'm a little disappointed with it.
Yeah,
I mean, why wouldn't
I'll
you?
have my lunch there today.
Yeah, have your lunch in my Red Lobster booth in your warehouse. All right, so what are you thinking? Should we have it delivered on the air tomorrow, or should we have it delivered after the show and I can video the arrival? What do you think? What do you think we should do?
Well, what would you like, MJ? I'm sure we can make something work. Whatever you prefer.
What are you going to deliver on the air for? That's not going to. It's going to be Julian.
Hold on.
All right, it's here.
Hold on. Would it be easier, Wade, if we delivered it like on Monday? Isn't Friday like one of your busiest days of the week?
But you're just going to keep on postponing it?
Well, I mean, I'm looking out for Wade's schedule.
Yeah,
he
listen,
needs X amount of cruise.
Yeah, listen, Wade, you want to deliver it Monday?
Oh,
and
my God.
we can maybe
what
we
we could do
Yeah.
is we could do it before we go out to whatever jobs we have that whatever day. So you guys start pretty early. I don't want to wake Michelle up too early, but if you wanted to do it on the air,
I got to be honest. I think it would be better if I'm there. So after the show, I'm home, and then I can capture the whole delivery and the Red Lobster booth coming off your two college brothers moving truck. And I think that would make for better longevity and
better content on his Instagram
and a lot of views on my Instagram.
sure, we could definitely do that too. Whatever you want, we'll make it happen.
All right. I'll
getting my Red Lobster booth delivered.
Listen, you mock my booth, okay? I'm
mock my. That sounds weird.
Mock my booth.
There's different kinds of booths now.
Listen, look, do I care about the booth? I'm just trying to make my family happy because Chloe and Julian and Michelle, they are just jonesing
for a booth
to have a Red Lobster booth from this defunct Largo location of Red Lobster in our house. So anything to make my family happy. All right, Wade, I'll be in touch with you later today, and we'll figure out what day. So we'll do it after the morning show, and I'll be able to, video it coming off the truck and all that. All right?
Perfect. Sounds like a plan.
All right, folks. Listen, if I trust two college brothers moving and storage with my family's new Red Lobster booth, you can trust twocollegebrothers.com with your couch. All right?
There you go.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Okay.
Wade, thank you, Wade.
Thanks, MJ.
Talk to you later. Yes, Fester. I know.
Sounds like Wade's tired of your booth.
I know you're dying to say something, Fester.
Listen, I love Wade, and his company is top notch.
Yes.
I don't know that's the best, most glowing endorsement.
What?
If I trust him with my Red Lobster booth,
you can trust them with your couch.
I think it's a great endorsement. Okay. They handled our booth.
Yeah, perfectly.
I wonder how much gum and gunk is underneath that thing.
Yeah, right? That's a good question.
You're gonna have to clean it.
Yeah, I mean they don't clean like the pedestal or the underneath.
But butt juices in that thing.
If you've ever been to the Red Lobster on Ulmerton, that's Largo technically, right?
Your germs can be in MJ's house.
If you've ever been there, you might have sat in the booth that's about to be in my house.
Think about how many asses have sat on that thing, and you're putting it in your house.
Michelle's gonna clean it.
How many people just tore one right there while they're eating unlimited shrimp?
All right, there's something else that we have to deal with here, and I'm gonna have to get Michelle on the phone. Michelle is the foremost expert on Kraft macaroni and cheese. Hopefully, I didn't set this. I didn't tell her I was calling. Call Michelle on the bedside telephone. See if she's available to take this call.
You guys eat macaroni and cheese?
You know what?
Kraft?
Michelle loves a box of Kraft.
But you want us to make our own rotisserie chicken?
That is one of Michelle's
what the hell?
Guilty pleasures.
Blah, blah.
Oh, come on, Michelle.
What kind of a bizarro world are you living in,
Pick
bro?
up the phone.
You make all kinds of weird food, and then you eat Kraft macaroni and cheese out of the blue box.
This is important stuff. No, listen, we like good food, but one of Michelle's simple pleasures...
Hello?
Hey, sweetie.
Yes.
Are you listening to the show?
Yes and no.
All right, well, I just spoke to Wade. We're going to have the Red Lobster booth.
Oh, yeah, I did hear that.
All right, so it's going to be delivered in the next couple of days, okay?
Awesome.
All right. And I was just telling the guys, first of all, they can't believe that you eat Kraft macaroni and cheese out of the little blue box.
I love it.
Yeah.
Michelle, this is one of her favorite food items. Now, does Michelle love a great prime filet mignon? Does Michelle love phenomenal Italian food from some of the top Italian restaurants in the world? Of course. But, Michelle, you're also very satisfied with a regular box of 89-cent Kraft macaroni and cheese, aren't you?
Yeah.
I ate a whole box of that for lunch every day in junior and senior year of high school.
That's healthy.
And what did you make last night for dinner?
I made myself a box of Kraft Mac and Cheese.
All right, so there's a reason why I'm calling Michelle, because Michelle's the expert. Michelle, let me play some audio for you real quick, and I want you to listen to this. This is a woman complaining about Kraft macaroni and cheese. Listen to what she's complaining about.
Okay, I would love if somebody from KD would actually answer my question here. What the hell is going on with your noodles? Like, honestly, I've been cooking Kraft dinner for like 20 plus years. Perfect every time. These last 6 months, even like almost a year probably, these noodles are just like complete mush when you cook them. Like, I've only cooked these things for 6 minutes, and look at this crap. Like, do better, KD. Do better.
KD?
I don't know. Why is she saying KD?
Kraft
distributor.
Oh, it's the Kraft dinner? Anyway.
Yeah, she's a big fan.
It's Kraft macaroni and cheese. Michelle.
Yeah.
I recently at Costco bought you the giant clump, the big box of like 24 boxes of Kraft macaroni and cheese.
I haven't opened that yet.
Oh, you haven't? Well, but the boxes that you have,
Yeah.
I mean, those are still somewhat in the last year, I would imagine, right?
Yeah.
All right. Have you noticed any issue? Do you know what the hell she's talking about the noodles not cooking right and clumping up?
No. You cook them for 4 minutes.
Yeah, first of all, she's cooking for 6 minutes.
That's already mushy.
Yeah, I mean, you don't want to cook. Michelle, what is the perfect time for how many minutes for the Kraft noodles?
4 minutes.
All right, so
Fast boil 4 minutes.
Fast boil 4 minutes, but you're not noticing any clumping or problems with Kraft macaroni and cheese, right?
I haven't noticed anything. I'm still eating it.
All right. And she says she's been making it for 20 plus years. Michelle, you've been making it for what?
Oh my gosh, I've been eating it since I was 2. Are you kidding me?
Yeah. So do the math on that. But
well, it's not.
You
35 years.
But you have no problem, right, with the latest boxes, right?
No problem.
I'm calling BS on this woman in this story.
I think so too. I think she's making something up.
I think she's on crack or something. All right, thanks. Thanks, Michelle.
You know my little mac and cheese hack that I've shared before, and don't knock it till you try it. You put avocado spread or mashed up avocado in instead of butter. And you sneak a vegetable into your kid's meal.
Yeah, you've already brought this up. That's disgusting.
It looks disgusting.
It looks like puke.
It does. It's like a grayish. It turns it from like an orangish to an orangish, grayish, greenish. But it is yummy and healthy.
Oh, you know what? We got to talk about Taylor Swift. Did you see the gross story about Taylor Swift?
Oh, yes.
All right, hold on. If you don't know about the gross Taylor Swift story, we'll get to that in a second. First, let me get Michelle back on for a second because I want to talk about the Netflix thing. Remember a while ago, I teased this Netflix movie that everyone's raving about, but then I'm kind of thinking, it really wasn't that good, but a lot of people are saying it's good. All right, because Michelle, I still thought it was great.
Now, is this a Netflix movie?
Yeah, it's a Netflix movie, and it just came out, and it's got high ratings. People are giving it thumbs up. And, we watched it last weekend.
Yes.
Hey, I've got a story here that I want to share with you, and
what?
You liked the Netflix.
Just can't wait till you come home?
What?
Just can't wait till you come home?
No, it's on the show right now.
Oh, okay.
All right. So we all watched the movie on Netflix, the new movie with, what's that guy's name?
Glenn Powell.
Yeah. So we watched this last weekend, and it's called Hitman.
Yeah, it's so cute.
Are you sticking with that? Do you think it was good?
I think it was a cute little movie.
A cute movie called Hitman?
I want you to hear, it's like a dark comedy kind of thing, but I want you to hear this headline. Netflix's most popular new movie is getting rave reviews, but Hitman is pretty bad.
I mean, it's not like, I don't know, Saving Private Ryan or something. I mean, it's not, one of those, but it was really clever and loosely based on a true story and just entertaining.
Eric Kane is, I guess, a movie critic, and this is from Forbes.com.
Yeah, I refuse to read that article because it disparaged the movie.
I have never been more confused by the reception of a film than I am by Netflix's new comedy drama, Hitman, a film by longtime director Richard Linklater, who
I like his movies, actually.
Yeah, I know the name. I mean, I know.
He did Bernie.
Yeah, I know. Bernie was great.
Yeah, Bernie.
Is it a Bernie type movie?
Bernie, you know what? Not really. All right. The movie is scoring big with critics who aren't named Eric Kane and audiences alike. And over at Reddit, the reviews are glowing. I am baffled. I'm utterly mystified. It's like the entire world went crazy and left me, and just a small handful of others behind. What's going on? The critics must be crazy, sure, but the audience is along with them this time. Usually, when I really like something that the rest of my peers hate, the audience also tends to like it. Anyway, this guy goes into a whole 4-page article on everyone's glomming on to how good Hitman is, and he's like, man, this is really bad.
You know what it sounds like? He's all alone on that island.
Richard Linklater puts out movies that, you have to like them, if they're good or bad.
I'm in the middle of watching his, I think he did that Sunrise series, didn't he? Before Sunrise.
Yeah, Before Sunrise, yep.
Yeah, after Midnight.
Before Midnight. Yeah.
Listen,
those are great.
He directed Dazed and Confused 30 years ago.
He's a big Ethan Hawke guy.
He did School of Rock.
I interviewed him one time for Bad News Bears.
That was a flopper.
Yeah, it wasn't one of
the remake, right?
The remake. With,
we won't talk about that.
Billy Bob Thornton.
Anyway, I just wanted to bring it up that, when I read this, I think I agree with him. It's like I was kind of
half the movie anyway.
What? I didn't sleep through half the movie.
I'm sorry, there wasn't gangsters and mob storyline with a lot of really shooting action, serious shooting action. Because part of the joke is that. Not to give it away, but the guy's like a cop, but not a cop.
Oh, great.
You know what I'm
Spoiler
saying?
alert.
Michelle,
Thank
you
you
very
no
much.
reason to watch it now.
Hey. There's no spoiler.
Great.
But you know what? I tend to agree with this Forbes critic.
Well, then you can go join him on that island.
What
That I will not name.
What island is that?
The DICK island.
You had to spell it, Michelle?
Well,
This is why
I
she
wasn't
cheats
sure
on
if
you.
I could say that on the air.
You can.
This is why she's watching
He
the
is
stuff
up there
without you.
on Dick Island all by himself.
Whoa.
The rest of us
Yeah.
are loving it. And I'll tell you what his problem is. Is by watching it, and he is just jealous of that Glenn Powell. Just jealous, seething with jealousy of that guy. He is like the new Brad Pitt. He's so cute. He's so adorable in the movie.
Go easy.
I don't know how you couldn't love him.
But after I kind of digested the movie and then I saw this article, I mean, you know what? This guy's right. I was almost told that I was supposed to like this, that it's the hottest new movie on Netflix, but it really is kind of crappy, to be quite honest. All right, Michelle, let me go back to my home on Dick Island, okay?
But that just goes to show you the power of Netflix and how they're jamming you to think these movies are all great.
Yeah,
when most
that's
of them
true.
do kind of suck.
Just watch Seinfeld episodes.
Yeah.
Roxanne, would you like to ease us into the Taylor Swift story?
Oh, sure.
Ease it.
It's a bodily function. All right.
Oh.
I'll just give you a tease with that.
Is it like the Oprah kind of bodily function?
No. Just don't riddle us. Just tell the story.
Well, that's what you like to riddle us, so I thought
Just
you wanted
give
me
it
to
to
riddle you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so several videos have come out of Taylor Swift dealing with something in Scotland, a show in
Just
Scotland.
say that boogers flew out of her nose.
Yes, okay. I'm setting it up. It's 50 degrees. It's cold. What happens when it's cold? Your nose runs. Your nose runs. And so she does some quirky things to get, she's in the middle of performing. What's she going to do?
Does she shoot a rocket out at the crowd?
One video,
yeah.
she wipes snot from her nose, and as she lowers her hand to her side, you can see it hanging from her fingers. And in another, she wipes her nose, and then she just rubs her hand on her jumpsuit, but like in a sexy, like a sexy move.
She's
to
like doing
play
like
it off.
a sexy arm
Yes,
move, but
just
wipe some snot.
the old snot wipe. And then in a third clip, she has to lick it as it drips down her lip while she's singing at her piano. But at least there are no videos of her like walking up to one of her bandmates and like wiping it, or backup dancers and wiping it on them. Like,
that's what
them on the
backup
back.
dancers are for. If you got to wipe the boogers off your hand.
Travis Kelce is now done with her.
No, he isn't.
He licked it off.
Anyway, so here's the deal. Taylor Swift was performing on her Eras tour in Edinburgh in Scotland, and temperatures were between 48 and 50 degrees, and her nose is running, and it's just dripping out of her nose, and she's got to take her hand to wipe it off. Then it's dangling from her hand, and then she's got to do like a wipe across her costume to try to get rid of it because it's like dangling like a stalagmite, What
do you expect?
I'm sorry.
Stalactite.
Stalactite, yeah.
Get it right.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Stalactite is from the ceiling, stalagmite is from the ground up.
Just our luck. Froggy's a caverns expert.
I did a report on those one day.
I know. But, man, it just shows, hey, I've got Oprah with it coming out of both ends.
Stuff was coming out of both ends.
Right, according to Gayle King. And now we've got Taylor Swift that's dealing with just, looks like egg whites are hanging off her hand.
Billionaire female entertainers. They're regular people just like the rest of us with all the bodily functions.
Look at that. So it's actually pretty funny. Yeah, she's wiping, and then it's still coming down, and she's licking it.
Oh, tasty.
She has to do more hand motions to fling it.
Good for her, man. Listen, you got to do what you got to do.
I mean, you thought those front row seats were great until you get blinded by the boogers. I mean, oh my God, what is this?
Wait till the boogers end up on eBay.
Wow. Anyway, listen, I'm sorry for the graphic content, but hey, it's Taylor Swift. How do you ignore a story like that? You can't ignore that.
No.
Hey, you know what the latest problem is with electric charged vehicles?
Oh, boy. What now?
The latest Fester,
yes,
you guys have a Tesla Model Y.
Flawless vehicle.
Right? You guys have a plug-in vehicle. How often do you and Allison use one of the chargers in a parking lot versus charging it at the house?
I mean, maybe once every couple of weeks.
Okay, and where
we don't have a supercharger we don't have the big charger at the house. We have like the wall charger.
You have level 1 or level 2?
We the lower of the two.
Well, that would be level 1.
Okay, I don't know. I don't know which way they go.
How long does it take to charge your car? Like 4 days?
Yeah. If we keep it plugged into the wall, it takes but we only drive like 20 miles a day.
Hang on. Did you install 220 special service, or is it the regular wall outlet?
It's a 110.
Oh, you got the cheapest.
Yeah, that's all,
level 1 garbage.
That's all I need. It's all I need.
Right.
She only drives a couple miles. Kids to school and servant stuff that I have her doing.
Guess what the latest problem is?
Houses are burning down.
Well, some Teslas are catching fire.
What?
But
I don't know.
This is not just Tesla related. The latest thing, people are cutting the huge, heavy copper charging cables.
Yeah.
They're going to parking lots where you have the fast chargers, and the charging cables are like a heavy copper because to handle the load and the amps to charge these vehicles with like these level 3 superchargers. And people are going there with like bolt cutters and they're just cutting the cables and stealing the heavy wire.
That's a heavy wire, and there's got to be a lot of metal and copper in there.
And with metals prices up, people are now so you go to the supercharger and someone snipped the damn cable off, and so that's the latest thing plaguing electric vehicles. Are people are ripping off the charging cables.
Damn, it took them long enough to figure that out, huh?
You know what? I mean, the old adage, the old expression, man, if it's not bolted down, they'll steal it.
Yeah.
No,
if
it is bolted down, they'll steal it. Because also out in L.A., they're stealing fire hydrants for scrap metal. Can you imagine? Somebody is stealing the fire hydrant in your... This is a problem. There's a rash of fire hydrant thefts out in Los Angeles because people are ripping off these heavy hydrants to sell the scrap metal. And now they're stealing Tesla and other supercharger cables.
Yeah, if it's not bolted down, it's going away.
Here's an example. This is an Associated Press story. This is from Detroit. Just before 2 a.m. on a chilly April night in Seattle, a Chevrolet Silverado pickup stopped at an electric vehicle charging station on the edge of a shopping center parking lot. 2 men, one with a light strapped to his head, got out. A security camera recorded them pulling out bolt cutters. One man snipped several charging cables. The other loaded them onto the truck. In under 2.5 minutes, they were gone.
Quick job.
Yeah. Oh, listen to this. Here's another video clip. This is from San Francisco. I roll this from the beginning. Look at it. Listen to this.
Look at this video that's now gone viral showing charging cables cut at a Tesla charging station in Vallejo. The vandalism likely done over the weekend by suspected copper thieves.
Yep.
All charging stations there are back in service tonight, but the incident did cause some headaches for a lot of Tesla drivers.
Yeah, KRON 4's Sarah Stinson spoke to the man who posted the video and reports from Vallejo.
Cut all the Tesla charging cables.
Josh Beckler posted this now viral TikTok showing Tesla charging cables slashed and stolen from multiple charging stalls on Sunday.
Yeah, this is 4 weeks ago on KRON 4, KRON, out in the Bay Area in San Francisco. And there's like a row of a dozen Tesla charging pedestals, and every single cable which comes out of the top in the middle is snipped off.
I got a great copper stealing story for you when you're finished with this one, MJ.
I'm
Don't
done.
let me forget it.
I'm done. Go ahead.
Okay, so I told you I got that nutrient analysis done on my body, and I was low in copper. And so yesterday when I'm talking to the nutritionist and she's talking about my copper deficiency, and I'm like, yeah, it's almost like a bunch of meth heads broke into my body and stole it all, huh? But she didn't laugh.
She didn't laugh.
No.
It was too close.
No.
She has a brother on meth, and here you are mocking it.
I was going to say, not everyone finds humor.
Her brother died of a meth overdose, and you're making jokes.
Great.
Yeah, she hates your guts now.
His dealer's name was Roxanne.
Right.
And then here you are making copper jokes.
Oh, boy. So if it's not one thing, it's another, right? So if your car is not catching on fire, and if it doesn't take the fire department 7 hours and 49,000 gallons of water to put your Tesla fire out, now they're snipping off the cables to steal the copper.
I tell you.
It's just one thing after another, folks. 8:47 at the MJ Morning Show, and this brings to a close over 1 hour and 20 minutes of nonstop MJ. When we get back, do you know what flooring is? Anyone?
I mean, I know
Flooring.
the basic.
My buddy did it for years.
I want to see if this is the flooring I'm talking about. So I want to have a little discussion on, what are you laughing at?
His buddy installed tile and carpeting.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. What else could it be?
His buddy Brian's an expert craftsman, and it's
Is that what you're talking about? Doing floors?
At Bob's Carpet Mart?
Yeah, listen.
He's a freelancer.
At Bob's Carpet Mart. All right, so no, it's not flooring like from Floor and Decor or... no, it's not that kind of flooring.
Is it an Urban Dictionary flooring?
Hang on. So what is flooring, and why do you need to know about flooring? Also, man, I've got a fake news story that is, you got to be aware of this. What's going on with fake news and all of these outlets that people are turning to? You got to hear this. That's just a fraction of what we'll get to in the next segment here on the MJ Morning Show. So hang on, don't move. Oh, also, you see what happened to the Fonz?
Yes.
Yeah, we have audio of the Fonz in Scotland. Was the Fonz almost burnt to a crisp? All right, hang on. We'll get into a lot of stuff in the next hour. Cyndi Lauper tickets on the way as well. Would you like to see Cyndi Lauper on Wednesday, November 6th? That's the day after the election. We're still standing. So Wednesday, November 6th, Cyndi Lauper on the Girls Just Want to Have Fun farewell tour. It's going to be at Amalie Arena, and we have your free tickets to that show, and we'll give them away next hour in the 9 o'clock hour, plus a lot of entertainment value in minutes here on the MJ Morning Show on Q105. If you have...
Morning Show.
9:01 at the MJ Morning Show, and got about an hour to go here, a little less than an hour, but a lot to cram in. Oh, Roxanne needs some time for some kind of astrological thing.
Today?
Yeah. She just said, hey, can you...
You can say no.
She said, can you indulge me? There's something astrological going on.
Cool.
So I guess we'll talk to Roxanne about that in just a second. Hey, the Fonz almost burnt down to a crisp at some hotel in Dublin.
Henry Winkler?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah. He was smoking a big spliff in bed and fell asleep. No, I'm kidding. I'm joking. So there's a problem at this hotel in Dublin. And the news crews in Ireland are outside interviewing the guests that were evacuated from the hotel. And here's this American gray-haired dude, and they're just interviewing this guy about the evacuation.
It's the Fonz.
It's the Fonz.
Henry Winkler is just the sweetest guy.
And I guess the reporter, they didn't know it was the Fonz. And then viewers are like, oh, my God, that's the Fonz.
That's Henry Winkler.
That's the Fonz. Listen, a guy being interviewed about a Dublin hotel fire turned out to be Hollywood legend Henry Winkler. And his response to the ordeal was capturing the hearts of thousands and thousands of people across Ireland. This happened at the Shelbourne Hotel. And all the guests were forced to evacuate yesterday morning. Local news outlet rushes to the scene, interviews some of the guests that are like street side, evacuated from the hotel. And one of the interviewees was Henry Winkler.
This is so funny.
The
He's taking
Fonz.
pictures with all the firemen.
Oh, yeah. No, it's very funny. In fact, you want to hear some of the audio? Yeah. Here's the Fonz being interviewed outside of the Hotel Shelbourne in Dublin.
When I heard the fire alarm, I thought it was the clock radio. I thought somebody had set the alarm before we got there, like another guest. And finally, I went into another room and it was still buzzing. So I called downstairs and the woman said in a very calm voice, yes, we're all evacuating. You must evacuate right now. And I left.
A couple of years ago when I was in Texas, our hotel, in the middle of the night, the alarm went off, a fire alarm. And one of my guys decided not to go down. He was just like, I'm just going to risk it, and stayed in bed. Like, are you insane?
Oh, my gosh.
We all got evacuated at 3 a.m.
Yeah, well, think about it. How often do hotels burn down? He was probably fine.
I don't care, dude. I got out quick.
How about Las Vegas, 1977?
Yeah.
Was that 77?
Aside from that.
There was a really bad. Type in famous Las Vegas hotel fire.
Dude, 3 a.m. in Texas, and you hear a fire alarm and you're not getting up?
No, don't put a date in there.
Insane?
Just put in famous Las Vegas hotel fire.
Hotel
The Tangiers, I think.
No, it wasn't. The MGM Grand, 1980. That was close.
What happened?
The MGM Grand fire occurred on Friday, November 21st, 1980. At the MGM, the fire began from a refrigerated pastry display.
Oh, damn pastries!
Some display case in one of the restaurants. The tragedy remains the deadliest disaster in Nevada history and the third deadliest hotel fire in modern U.S. history.
How many people died?
Everybody decided to stay in bed.
85 people.
85 people died, 78 guests and 7 employees. Wow. And then there were 600 to 700 plus non-fatal injuries.
Their luck ran out.
Why don't you tell your friend to look up the MGM Grand hotel fire?
Yeah,
on Wikipedia.
They're staying at a Clarion that's like 3 stories, okay? It's a little different.
We were in a Marriott, and it was 5 stories.
Yeah.
Suck on that.
Hey, here's more Fonzie.
You know what? How wonderful. Firemen are some of my favorite human beings. Firemen and firewomen. They run in when other people are running out.
Look at that.
I think they deserve to be shook.
Yep.
That's right. That's right.
And you know what's crazy? The guy who wanted to stay, later on died in a choking incident.
Your friend?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah,
what?
Same guy.
No, he didn't.
Hold on. He died choking?
Yeah.
No, you're making this up.
Don't say his name.
Are you serious?
No, yeah. I told Fester about it when it happened.
Hold on.
The guy?
The guy when was this?
The Texas thing happened a couple years ago. The death happened a couple months ago, 6 months ago.
Wow. Like a year and a half ago.
Wait a minute.
Was it? Yeah, maybe a year ago.
Well, hang on. You were in Texas for what reason? For your shelving
For a convention, yeah.
Right. You were in Texas for your family's shelving company.
Yeah, well, mine.
And who was this guy? Was he an employee?
Yeah. He was a part of our crew.
And he would not leave during the fire alarm, and it was the middle of the night, right?
Middle of the night. Yeah, he was like, I just stayed in bed. I figured I'd risk it.
And you're telling me that he
2
choked?
years later, that guy was eating a steak at a restaurant and choked.
Are you kidding me?
No.
No one knew how to do the Heimlich maneuver?
No.
Well, he did
off.
a bunch of... No, they didn't have a Wipeout playing, or what is it?
What?
What's the song that you're supposed to do it to?
No.
CPR?
No, Staying Alive.
Staying alive.
That's
not
for chest compressions.
No, so they were giving him the Heimlich maneuver, and he had a heart attack during it.
Oh, that's
my
awful.
God, he's choking and then has a heart attack?
Yeah.
Aw.
I miss him.
Mike, are you serious?
Yeah, I remember.
How old was he?
65.
What kind of steak was it? Was it a ribeye or was it a fillet?
It was a fillet.
My God.
I always worry about that with, like, if you eat a really rare piece of steak and then one part of it goes back and then it's still attached to another string.
It's horrific.
In your mouth of another chunk of meat. Yeah.
He was a great salesman, too.
That's terrible.
Was he?
Thanks for bringing the whole freaking show down.
I just thought I'd spice it up with a little story.
We're done. That's it. I'm shutting
Let's
things
go
down.
home. I'm kind of depressed.
Thanks, Froggy.
I'm leaving 45 minutes early.
But it's weird that the guy decided to risk it that one day, and then how he died.
Yes.
How about Henry Winkler?
We came last night. Our plane was delayed in London for about 3.5 hours.
Listen, Henry, I don't need the whole life story.
And evacuated. And it was an amazing adventure right here in Dublin. I cannot wait to see the rest of Dublin.
He is so positive. He even makes positive out of a fire alarm.
I'd like to say something. I was just going to post a picture of myself and Henry Winkler on my IG story.
Mm-hmm.
And I just noticed that if this is really him, he only has 21,000 followers. Could we please give Henry Winkler some more followers?
There's no way the font has 21,000 followers. That's how many MJ has.
You're pimping for Henry Winkler followers now?
He's 80 years old. He probably doesn't give a crap.
Okay.
They're washing money in the back.
It was like
the mafia.
It was a money laundering gig up in Milwaukee.
Keep those kids coming in, Hal, or your ass.
All right, so the Fonz.
Good for him.
The Fonz on TV, huh? All right, so Roxanne, what is this astrological minute that you need here on the MJ Morning Show? Can you, Roxanne said, hey, I need to talk about something astrological for a few minutes. What exactly is going on here?
Okay, you know that I prefer astrology as it relates to just how we get along with one another. In fact, MJ, I think even last week, as early as last week, I was telling you how you and I get along together, like what our dynamic is.
Uh-huh.
That's what I like the best.
You guys get along? I haven't noticed.
Really?
Well, you know why? You know why? Because our dynamic is such that MJ has something to learn from me karmically, and I have to be patient with him. That's our dynamic. But he doesn't think he has anything to learn. You don't think you have anything to learn from me?
You are overthinking.
Who are you, George McFly?
Right? Right? That's never going to happen. That's never going to happen.
Is this what swirls in that noggin of yours?
You have no idea what's
Well,
swirling up here.
Doug, I have to go back tomorrow. He has so much he needs to learn from me.
No, it's just that's how it is. The sign in front of you on the wheel of astrology is the one that has more knowledge than you, and you need to learn from them. I'm not saying I need to learn everything from me, but
what is the astrological emergency that demands airtime that you've requested?
Okay, the news is you should trust no one this week because the planet Mercury of communication and Venus and Gemini are all in a square. And so that means that you can't trust what people are saying. Don't believe, you can't even trust yourself, basically. And they're in the signs. You'll find this interesting. This takes place in the signs of Gemini and Pisces. Gemini, Fester's a Gemini.
So why should I believe what you're saying right now?
You shouldn't.
You said don't believe anything.
You just passed the test.
Did I?
Don't believe what I just said.
Don't believe anything that Roxanne just said.
Except the part about you have something to learn from me.
All right. Are you making this up? Is this like an astrological thing really this week?
I read this in the New York Post. It seemed like a pretty big deal. Yes.
All right. Thank you for that update. Do you know what floor time is?
Hold on. You said flooring earlier.
Well, same thing. Flooring, floor time. Do you know what this is?
Does that have to do with newborn children?
Yeah, it's like belly time.
I'll ask you again. Do you guys know what flooring or floor time is?
Yeah.
Yeah, you lay on the floor naked.
Yeah. You throw a couple of vodka tonics down the old lady and you do it right there on the rug.
Your daughter's right next to you.
What?
That's, oh boy.
God, no.
Yes, Hadley.
If I survived the micro penis segment last year, I can survive this, okay?
What the hell are you letting your daughter say?
What is it? You said it. She learned the word micro penis from Uncle Froggy.
I mean, no. That's awful.
Hadley, you're 12 now, right?
I'm almost 13.
Ooh, wait for those teenage years.
I'm a 7th grader.
All right, don't say the micro in
Yeah,
school.
don't say that.
Don't say that in school, though.
You're
okay?
in trouble.
Dude,
Yeah, don't.
You want to win fights and end conversation and shut down the bully boys?
All right.
Call them a bunch of MPs.
All right. Is that what you're suggesting? Your daughter calls the bullies
We fight with our words. not our
MPs?
fists.
That's right.
Words hurt much more.
Here's the flooring and floor time deal.
Yeah.
This is being suggested more and more by therapists. So what is this gimmick? It's all about winding down and decompressing. And the recommendation is that you need more floor time.
You lay on the ground?
Isn't that a chain of carpet and tile places, floor
Yeah.
time?
Is it?
I don't know.
It's a good name for a place.
It is. I bet you there's a floor time.
I think there's some people though who genuinely like sitting on the floor. Like I enjoy sitting on the floor. If I ever go into a meeting and we're down one chair, I would be happy to sit on the floor. It seems weird, but it's just comfortable.
Well, therapists and those that subscribe say you need more floor time.
Is it like grounding where you have like
bare feet
on the earth?
And folks, don't confuse this with floor time that is used for kids that might be hyperactive or sometimes autistic kids. There's a therapy called floor time. No, it's not the same for autistic or ADHD kids, or that's something different. So floor time is literally people unwinding, decompressing when you're stressed the hell out, whether it be in the middle of the day and you're at work and things are just going haywire and you're about to explode. You're supposed to just lay on the floor.
I lay on the floor sometimes.
You soothe yourself. So in your office, just lay on the floor. If you're having a stressful time, lay on the floor. You get home, rough day, lay on the floor. And that's what they're calling flooring or floor time. And some are suggesting that it is remarkably therapeutic.
I'd love to lay on this floor, but I know what kind of crap has been thrown around this studio, so no.
I recommend what I do to relax is blow myself with a blow dryer.
Yes.
Lay naked in the bed. Give yourself a nice blowy.
And Froggy...
I did that this morning for 4 minutes.
Well, also with Froggy's migraines...
I've become addicted.
And this is actually a known thing. If you look it up online, Froggy's got awful migraines, and he will fire up like a Conair hairdryer
yes,
and just
hot.
blow the hot air into his face.
No, into my temple.
All right, whatever.
Where the headache
Same
is.
thing. Same.
It's called blowing myself a headache away.
I realize that. Thank you.
I really thought that was just a funny thing that you like to say until your wife confirmed it a couple weeks ago on the show.
No, I do it.
That Froggy blows himself?
Kim told us that. She's like, oh, yeah, the blow
His
dryer
story
going.
hasn't changed for years. I mean, it's a pretty lame joke.
Pretty
to keep
well
that
known.
way.
It works. If you have headaches, it works.
Yeah, but no, seriously, floor time or flooring, some people are swearing by it. It helps ground you. It's like a meditation of sorts.
I saw a bum on the side of the road laying on the concrete. He don't look too happy.
Listen, I got to be honest. There is, I don't care how stressful the day is, there is nothing that is going to get me to just lay down on the floor. I'm not into this, the meditation and the yoga. Maybe that's what's wrong. Maybe I need more of that. Maybe there are just untold doors that I need to open up and explore.
Yeah, you do.
Maybe I'm just a sheltered wiener. I don't know. Yeah, but for whatever reason, laying on the floor, because nothing has stressed me out where I just need to I just deal with stuff. I don't need to like lay on the floor. I'm not like, some people like, they're vibrating. Their head's about to explode.
I think they'll look for anything to do. I mean,
how stressed are these people?
All right, if you need me, guys, I'll be on the floor over there.
All right, so that's what flooring is.
I'll be in the corner crying. Yeah. That's what it sounds like.
I got to get into the whole fake news thing. There's a pretty interesting angle on what's going on with fake sources, fake news. I'll get to that in a second. First, though, I'm trying to decipher what's going on. Is this whole Joey Chestnut controversy with Nathan's and Joey Chestnut, the world champion competitive eater, the whole story that he's not going to be at the Nathan's hot dog eating contest on July 4th. He's a staple. People tune in to watch this guy, not the the no names that show up along the table as well. And then we have this story that broke that Nathan's said, "Don't bother. You're not invited. You're not in the competition this year because Joey Chestnut, the famous hot dog eater, he signed a deal with Impossible Foods, and they make the plant-based Impossible Burger. They have an Impossible hot dog, and he signed some kind of deal with them. And then Nathan's got all ticked off and said, if you signed a deal with a plant-based competitor, you can't be in the hot dog. Is this script? Is this is this a hype job, or is this real? Are they trying to just juice up all this hype, and then at the last minute, the news is going to break, Joey Chestnut is going to be in the Nathan's hot dog eating contest after all?
Like a hoodwink?
Yeah, all these guys, especially the Carnival Barker, who's the announcer, who runs
that guy created it,
Major League Eating. Right, he's like with the big operator there.
He's the dude that does a 3-minute intro. Hey, Andrew, can you check and see if we have one of the Joey Chestnut Carnival Barker intros from a previous 4th of July Nathan's hot dog eating contest? I know we've played him in the past. And that guy, he's like, ladies and gentlemen,
he's good.
He came from the base of a volcano, was spewed. He comes up with these crazy cockamamie stories like about Joey Chestnut.
Birthed from a hot dog eating phoenix.
Yeah. I mean, seriously, it's that kind of stuff.
So this guy is an amazing hype guy.
Yeah.
All he does is hype and publicity.
He's a good promoter.
And promotion.
You know what he ought to do? He's a great hype man. He ought to get a clock and put a big clock around his neck.
Like Flavor Flav.
Yeah, he doesn't need help from Flavor Flav.
Right.
But all he does is try to draw attention and publicity to his stunts. So he has a little bit of a little fight brewing here between Nathan's worst enemy, plant-based hot dogs.
Mm-hmm.
Dun, dun, dun.
Mm-hmm. Listen, I'll eat a Nathan's hot dog all day long. I don't want a plant-based hot dog. I don't even want to try a plant-based hot dog.
You don't want a plant dog?
Yeah. Hey, here's the intro from last year. Roll it. Listen to this.
15,000 generations of humanity, yet we have evolved not at all. Bound like animals to the laws of physics, shamed before the universe. And in all of history, only one man has stood to say that he will dictate what is and is not possible in this world. I speak of this man.
Oh my gosh.
This is so awesome.
He has intro music?
For
He's a
he has
wrestler.
broken reality, and all of time pours down around us now at once, simultaneous and endless, erasing cause and effect and opening all possibilities before us. And the ancient powers are subordinated to their own creation.
This is Joey Chestnut's intro from last year.
This is great.
And they say he shall live forever. For he does not do it for money. He does not do it for glory.
Apparently he did the Impossible Meats deal for money.
He does it for his country. He does it for freedom. And the gods shine down on us now. And the gods shine down on us still. Because of him alone. Because of him alone. The Nathan's famous 4th of July champion of the world. Joey Chestnut!
right, so
it's like the new what's the boxing announcer that charges $1 million?
Oh, Michael Buffer.
Michael Buffer just has that one line.
Yeah, let's get ready to rumble.
We got to have
thing,
him cut an intro for the morning show.
Yeah.
I mean, charge you $58,000 for that.
I'm not talking about Buffer. I'm talking about the Major League Eating guy. I'd rather have him anyway.
Yeah. So what is he going to do this year? If Joey Chestnut's not going to be at the 4th of July Nathan's contest, this guy's whole act is screwed this year.
First of all,
doesn't he do that for every one of them?
He has an intro for everybody.
Yeah, but nothing like Joey Chestnut's. So here are some of the headlines. We mentioned this yesterday. We brought this up, or early this week, we mentioned when the news first broke. Here's a headline. Coney Island's wiener war escalates as Nathan's hot dog eating contest organizer rips Joey Chestnut. Now, the latest is Joey Chestnut and the Japanese dude, Kobayashi, they're supposed to be in a new hot dog eating contest with the Impossible Plant hot dogs.
Where?
In September.
How? Well, where's it going to be?
Oh, they're screwing over the
Labor
Nathan's?
Day weekend. I don't know if they say where it's supposed to be.
Is it going to be on TV?
It's going to be on Netflix, apparently.
Oh, man.
Live on Netflix, Monday, September 2nd, Chestnut versus Kobayashi. They're calling it Unfinished Beef.
Oh, my gosh.
So wait a second. What are they going to be eating?
Hot dogs.
Yeah, but what kind?
The plant-based hot dogs.
The ones that they're signed with.
Yeah. Joe, I think the plan. Here's the story. Joey Chestnut and his longtime nemesis Takaru Kobayashi are going head-to-head in a hot dog eating contest once again, but it won't be 4th of July. It's the Labor Day extravaganza. 15 years in the making. The two last went at it in 2009. So is it going to be an all-beef hot dog?
I mean, what's the point of doing a hot dog eating contest if you're not going to have major meat sweats after?
Listen, I mean, just that much volume is going to give you the sweats.
I don't know. Do we have any? Are they doing beef hot dogs? Or are they doing the Impossible plant-based hot dog?
I don't know that they've announced that yet.
You know, if they have announced a Netflix, Joey, they might not resolve this. The mayor of New York, and I think the New York Post wrote an editorial that they must solve this problem, and Joey Chestnut has got to be.
This is legitimately the biggest issue facing the city.
This is unbelievable. Yes, what do you have, Andrew?
Press release from Netflix.
Is it written or is it audio?
It says Joey Chestnut will face off against rival and 6-time hot dog eating champion Kobayashi in a Chestnut versus Kobayashi unfinished beef with all beef hot dogs.
All right.
Okay.
That'll get more viewers.
But Joey Chestnut just signed an endorsement deal for the Impossible hot dog, which is a plant-based hot dog.
It can't be exclusive. I mean, he's Joey Chestnut. He's
a star, all right?
He can sign with 100 wieners if he wanted
to.
So
that's what's going on. All I know is I just can't imagine the Nathan's hot dog contest without Joey Chestnut. Baby. Come on, Joey. Joey, you gotta.
Is that a Joey Chestnut song?
Come on, Joey.
Oh, you're a big fan, huh? You calling him baby?
I didn't get that part, but
all right.
It's all right. We try.
All right, I got the phony news story. Folks, are you falling for phony news every day? I got a scary stat. There's a really scary stat that we'll get to the moment we get back. The final chunk of the MJ Morning Show is coming up next. The final chunk. Folks, if you are looking for a Your way. MJ and the crew at 9:35 here on the MJ Morning Show. And the final chunk of the program. Oh, and Cyndi Lauper tickets on the way in just a matter of moments. When you hear that's your cue to call in. Well, you just heard it, so call in. Yeah, let's go with caller number 25. How about that? Make it a quickie for Andrew.
Sounds good.
Yeah, so Cyndi Lauper, the girls just want to have fun, farewell tour. Cyndi Lauper is saying goodbye, and she's going to stop right here in Tampa Bay. She's going to be at Amalie Arena November 6th, and we've got your tickets right now. So caller 25, 800-990-1047, 800-990-1047. If you're the 25th caller, you're going to see Cyndi Lauper. The only qualification is that you have to be caller 25 right now, and when I pick up the line, you have to talk like Cyndi Lauper. All right?
How does she talk?
Hey, I'm Cyndi Lauper. It's like,
Hey guys, hey, like this.
that's like it's like a female Jay Leno.
Hey everybody, what's up? It's Jay Leno.
No, I'm serious. I'm gonna see if I can make whoever wins. Hey, Andrew, let me know when you're up to 24, and I'm going to pick up 25 live.
We just want you to do a Cyndi Lauper impression, however you see it.
Yeah, I mean, I think when she was really kind of hot back in the 80s, and she had her whole string of big hits, you know, when she would do interviews, she did that. I think it was kind of a put on voice, wasn't it?
No, she still talks like that.
I don't think she does.
Have you guys seen the video of "We Are the World" when there's
When
Michael
she
Jackson,
sings, yeah.
Michael Jackson, Huey Lewis, and then it goes to Cyndi Lauper.
She's
and
awful.
She keeps screwing up, and Michael Jackson just gives her the side eye because he's been famous his whole life.
Right.
Huey Lewis was a staple, and then this new girl, Cyndi Lauper, comes in and she's butchering it with like.
Is there video of this?
It's on
there's
YouTube.
a whole documentary about it.
Go find it.
I didn't know the documentary was there.
Is this the same documentary where Lionel Richie says that you couldn't do a We Are the World today because everybody's voices sound the same?
I don't know.
Yeah,
But-
it's a whole documentary about We Are the World.
I did hear about this. Find the clip if you can of Cyndi Lauper messing up. I like Cyndi
She's like,
Lauper. Hi, good
Everybody's
morning.
like, ugh.
MJ, line. Okay. Hi, good morning, MJ Morning Show. Who's this?
Priscilla?
Did you say Priscilla?
Yes.
Well, Priscilla, welcome to the MJ Morning Show. You're caller 25.
What?
You're caller.
I've been trying for days.
Priscilla, you're caller 25. If you can speak like Cyndi Lauper right now, you'll win the tickets.
Oh no! I'm not good with impressions.
Yeah, you gotta
Just try.
It's okay. I'm not either.
Just try and do a squeaky Cyndi Lauper voice. Go ahead.
That's good.
No, come on.
Do something.
Oh, it's on the tip of your tongue. Priscilla, you can do it. Go ahead.
Guys, this is Cyndi Lauper.
Yeah, all right.
That's it.
Good job.
That was really good.
That was of course you can do it. Don't sell yourself short.
Awesome.
That was great. Anyway, congratulations, Priscilla. Where are you calling from?
From Lakeland.
Awesome. You're caller 25. You got the tickets. You'll go see Cyndi Lauper for the Girls Just Want to Have Fun farewell tour. It's going to be Wednesday, November 6th in Tampa at the Amalie Arena. So hold on. Andrew's going to get all your information. And have a nice day.
Thank you, guys.
Look at that.
See? She's better than you.
She's better than I am. Absolutely. All right. Priscilla, hold on. All right. Thank you.
Love you guys. Thank you.
Love you
Love
too.
is
Look
it's
at
a little
that.
soon for love. But
That worked out well.
like,
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Did you find the audio
I
clip?
think I did.
All right. So set this up for
There's
me.
also a larger chunk of video of it as well. Michael Jackson is singing, then it goes to Huey Lewis, and then it's Cyndi Lauper and Kim Carnes.
Yeah. Kim Carnes.
Okay.
Yep.
And Michael Jackson just has the look of disgust when Cyndi Lauper gets up to the microphone. He's like, oh,
All right.
God.
Go ahead. Let me hear it.
When you're down and out, there seems no hope at all.
But if you just believe, there's nowhere we can fall.
It's Huey Lewis.
But if you just believe, there's nowhere we can fall.
Fester, you suck.
But if you just
What is
Well,
this?
Fester, what are
I
you
don't
doing?
know.
All right.
There we go.
Here it is. All right. Now here comes Cyndi.
Oh, yeah, that was great, Fester.
So hold on. What
That's
do you?
great, Fester.
That was great.
I didn't see any disgust on Michael
Look at
Jackson's
Michael
face.
Jackson right now. He's like, "Where's the kids?"
Fester,
Michael Jackson is not having any of this. Look at him.
There was nothing wrong with Cyndi Lauper's. There's nothing wrong with that. And
Watch the documentary.
And hold on, you don't know who Kim Carnes? You were like very hesitant when you were like, and Kim Carnes. Can you name a Kim Carnes song?
Yes.
What?
Kim Carnes.
Hold on, no.
She has a song called
Folks,
Kim
hold on.
I don't know who Kim
Everyone,
I don't know either.
Hold on.
I can't name a song.
You wait a minute, Roxanne and Fester. You can't name a Kim Carnes song.
I mean, her voice sounded familiar.
You guys need to learn a little more about
first of all,
music.
listen, I work at a music radio station. However, I am a long-form talker. Okay?
And we both know as little as we possibly can, not only about the music, but about the equipment as well.
It's a very famous song, though.
Yeah, I'm sure she has several of them. She's on the We Are the World. They had
Well,
all
she has
famous...
one, like, really famous one.
Which one? What is it called?
Diarrhea Tuesday.
Just another Diarrhea Tuesday. Is that how it goes?
No, but
you can help us at all, MJ?
it has to do with a body part.
You have no idea of one song that Kim Carnes sang.
Has to do with a body part. How about that?
Is it not Diarrhea Tuesday? I don't know.
I mean, really?
Oh, I'm sure I'll know a song. I know a song that if she sings it, I'm like, oh, I like. Am I the only one who thinks she needs like a Halls or something, or like
A Ricola?
A Ricola?
She has the gravelly, scratchy voice. That's her hallmark. That's her trademark.
Not a fan.
I mean, I love Kim Carnes. I adore Kim Carnes. There's a song I love by Kim Carnes.
Are you guys friends?
Which no, I've never met Kim Carnes in my life. But there's another song by Kim Carnes which was kind of a minor hit. I think 1985. And it might have been a top 20. It was not like a top 10. But this, I love this song. Well, that would be Jim.
Oh,
yeah,
God.
Jim. Well, no, it absolutely charted Crazy in the Night.
Yeah.
Absolutely charted.
I mean, it charted.
Charted in your fantasies.
And she did a duet.
Charted.
She apparently did a duet with one of my favorites, Kenny Rogers.
It charted.
Don't fall in love.
Charted at number 2.
Charted in the night.
We stop it, please.
Betty Davis' eyes are brown.
Oh.
All right. The fake news. Let's wrap it up with the fake news story. And this is just a word of caution. You know what really, frosted my fiddle was what?
I've never heard the expression of you and your frosted fiddle. I like it. I know what it means. But
I never heard it either until I just
Words
said
came
it.
out of your mouth.
Yeah, just first time I heard it just came out of my mouth. But those billboards that were all over town for a couple of months.
they were up like 6 weeks ago.
Yeah, they just come down?
I think they're down now.
Yeah,
the CEO.
The Epoch or Epic, it depends on where you are in the world and how you pronounce it. But the Epoch or Epic, EPOCH Times, and it was like most trusted news source. What are you talking about? It is not it's a crap. Number one trusted news, the Epic Times. It is not a trusted news source. It is a bat crap crazy news source. Do not trust the Epic Times. And those billboards, were all over town for a while. Do not trust it. Anyway, the reason why I'm bringing this up is, and this is scary crap here, and I'll leave you with this today on the MJ Morning Show, that phony news portals outnumber real U.S. newspaper websites these days.
I believe it.
So
the partisan websites masquerading as media outlets, and this is on both sides of the aisle, now outnumber actual newspaper websites, according to a research group that tracks misinformation. Hundreds of sites mimicking news outlets, many of them powered by AI, have cropped up. At least 1,265 pink slime outlets, politically motivated websites that present themselves as independent local news outlets, have been identified. I mean, this is scary stuff. Phony news. Remember we were chasing Newsbreak?
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
So Newsbreak is an app that a lot of you might have on your phone right now.
They hate us.
For whatever reason, we got banned from Newsbreak, so we could never get a story to go really viral from our website because we got banned from Newsbreak.
Yeah, for something silly, someone showing someone's butt crack.
Yeah, we had some story with a butt crack, and we got banned. But Newsbreak is Chinese-owned. Did you know that? Yeah, and they're now being accused of putting out like fake stories that are completely false.
Our crack story was real.
Yeah, if you have Newsbreak, if you have the Newsbreak app on your phone, get it off. Listen to this. Top news app in USA has Chinese origins and writes fiction with the help of AI. Last Christmas Eve, Newsbreak, a free app with roots in China that is the most downloaded news app in the United States, published an alarming piece about a small-town shooting. It was headlined, Christmas Day Tragedy Strikes Bridgeton, New Jersey amid rising gun violence in small towns. The problem was no such shooting took place. The Bridgeton, New Jersey Police Department posted a statement on Facebook dismissing the article. Produced using AI technology as entirely false. Folks, get Newsbreak off your phone. Again, it's a Chinese-run company, and it just shows you the permeation. It shows you the tentacles and the reach. With TikTok, a Chinese spy operation, it's how embedded they're getting into our culture and society. But if you have the Newsbreak app on your phone, get it off. Erase it. Get the app. Take it off your phone. My advice of the day here on the MJ Morning Show.
You just said get the app, take it off your phone.
Yeah, get the app off your phone.
Oh.
Yep.
I thought you just told people to get it.
Not load it, then unload it. No, just get it off. Froggy.
Get it off.
Uninstall the app is what I'm saying.
There you go.
What do you think I said?
It's just funny when you said get it off.
Get the app.
Get the app off your phone.
Get it off your phone.
All right, uninstall the app.
Get it off.
All right. Does that not cater your fourth grade tendencies?
Less than get it off does.
All right, let's get out of here. How about that, folks? It's been a very diverse Thursday program. Hopefully, you've enjoyed the broadcast. I can be reached at mj@mjmorningshow.com. Always love your great news. I get great tips, gossip, something I need to know. You can always email me. I'm mj@mjmorningshow.com. My Instagram, Certified MJ Radio. If you did not see the violin scammer that I had in South Tampa at Publix last night, you know, these marauding scamsters with the fake violin playing and begging for money, they're all over the country. But they were outside of the Publix in South Tampa last night. So the video's on my Instagram at Certified MJ Radio. Folks, we'll see you back here tomorrow on the MJ Morning Show on Q105 for the Friday show, and let's be careful out there.